and welcome to Dicey Adventures. That's us, and we are continuing our Tales of Talerian campaign. We are back in our normal spots.
Yeah, that was kind of blocking.
It was like right here in the middle. I was like,
Put it back.
And now it's in front of you. You want a microphone?
That's cool. I'll find a spot.
All right, so.
Okay. I think my hair just...
Sorry, my allergies have kicked up really bad today, so if I'm a little sniffy and snotty, and just call me Mr. McSnottyson.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're continuing our game,
Okay.
and let's go ahead and jump in. So, last we left off, you had just entered the Crags of Yaktar. Essentially a lowering in rocky surface, dug into the ground by an ancient glacier that has long since passed through, but it left behind this broken earth, and essentially the sulfur and various gases have pushed forward to the surface, creating a very toxic and not friendly environment. You began exploring that with the accompaniment of Tybbalds and Zoran, as they had asked you to go search for the Temple of Ignan, the Temple of Fire, here in the Crags of Yaktar. You have decided to continue going through there. You started coughing a little bit and breathing in some of the fumes, so a couple of you became exhausted while traveling through there. Eventually, you heard what sounded to be fighting off in the distance. As you continued forward, a first scouting mission led by Sinjin and Fury, you made your way forward, but were unfortunately noticed by a couple of the orcs that were raiding a village, apparently, in these crags. A quick battle ensued, a chase followed, and then in a flash, Fury and Sinjin turned and, with a combined thunderwave, dispatched their pursuers. You rejoined with the rest of your party and made your way back into this village of what appeared to be hobgoblins. You found one, Craig, who was hidden amongst his tent with near the slain members of his family. He informed you of what happened and asked for your help in vengeance against these orcs. He left, and you left with him immediately in pursuit. Found their encampment, stormed it, and very narrowly escaped with your lives in a couple situations, but were successful. And
I wasn't touched.
Yeah. So that is where we left off, was the slaying of the last orc, and silence has fallen over the battlefield.
Besides the roaring fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of did that, didn't I?
Yeah, I set that guy on fire.
I don't know where we're all standing, but do we need to run up and free the people, or talk to let Craig do that? I don't know where we are.
You see Craig has moved over towards
Okay.
moved over towards the gate and stuff, and you see Zorn over there. He's currently hacking away at the gate and stuff and unlocking it.
Okay.
I'm sure they got it.
Can I go to Big Baddie and see what he has?
Sure. Go ahead. Make an investigation check.
I want to search the little guys near me.
13.
13. You look around him. He does have his large great axe that he was carrying, but it looks like a normal great axe. But it is a great axe. But it's much more usable and functional than some of the other makeshift ones that you had seen. But this is an actual great axe. Beyond that, you do see a necklace that is adorned. It has several teeth and stuff, a couple golden rings that are attached to it. Doesn't appear to be anything more than just like trinkets that he's collected, but the rings might be worth something.
I shall take the rings. How many rings?
Okay, you get 4 gold rings.
4
Can I search the large tent?
Large tent. It's currently smoldering and stuff.
I want to search the little guys outside the
Okay,
tent.
go ahead.
Hey, Trin, do you want this axe?
18.
You find
had
a
a bag
lot of
holding.
rations of meat and other various things. You're not sure what type of meat. It looks fresh.
I don't care. I'm going to start roasting some of it on the
On the
smoker.
bottom.
Okay.
It could
All
be
right.
anything.
So you start cooking some of the food. You do also find roughly 20 pieces of silver and about 5 pieces of gold, kind of throughout the scattering of these smaller individuals.
And I'm also going to be cooking enough meat for everyone.
Even the hobgoblins?
What if it is hobgoblin?
I'm going to be cooking meat. Let's just leave it at meat.
Okay. All right.
Was there another tent? It's not
There was
on
a
fire.
couple.
There were a couple small ones.
Can I just
So
go
yeah, go ahead.
take a peek?
Yeah.
Ooh. Is this investigation?
Yeah.
Fury's going to be a pro chef. by the
19.
end of
You
this.
go into some of the other tents. You do find some nice tapestries, various pieces of furniture.
Oh.
There's some silverware.
Bag of holding. I have one.
It looks like
Maybe that's
this
the
is a
one.
scavenging party. They collect whatever they can
Yeah.
from whoever and whatever. So there's not much.
Basically, everything's worthless.
I mean, fine chair like that could be worth 10 gold.
Well,
It's just a
that's
matter,
a lot.
it's a matter of whether you want to
Not gonna
carry
take
the
the chair.
large chair with you.
If there's like a fancy
My
tapestry,
travel
I'd get some
chair.
money for it. Maybe I'd
Yeah,
roll it up.
yeah.
And
There,
stick it on
there
my
are
back.
some nice tapestries. You can
Lost
see
our
that. You
cart
can
with
see
the-
one appears to just a beautiful embroidery.
Let's open a furniture
It's
shop.
but just a very fine wall decoration. Lots of purples and golds mixed in with the coloration, which you would know are rare to come by for the dyeing of the
Do you think it's
material.
magical?
Do I think it's magic?
Do you think it's magical?
No.
Okay.
But I could take it just in case.
Go for it.
I
I'm
go
just saying,
just check out
If
all
we
the,
miss out on a
yeah,
magic
I'm gonna be
carpet a
helping
day 13 in our
to these
campaign, I'm going to be
pillars.
unhappy.
No.
I don't think it's magical either, but I don't want to find out later that it was.
Okay, so I'm taking the rare looking
You guys
one.
missed out on a magic flying chair.
Oh my god.
That'd be amazing. That would be so awkward.
Attach them together and be like.
Slipping into
Can
battle
I
in
do
a
an
magical
arcana
chair.
check on the tapestry?
You may.
Oh my.
Sliding
Don't you have
carpet.
advantage on something weird magic thing?
No, on history.
History.
That's a 6.
It's a 6. It does not appear to be magical.
No, it's definitely just not
where's
magical.
tips?
Well, okay, I'm gonna
We're
take
checking
it.
on the hobgoblins because we have a heart, and so we want to check on the prisoners.
Okay, all right. So you guys make your way over. You can see Zorn and Tybalt
You are the
over
cleric.
there, as well as Craig.
thought
They've gotten the
I'm
gate
making-
open and begin
Okay.
opening it, and you can see several hobgoblins begin running out, kind of embracing and Craig and saying thank you, and seeing Zorn and stuff, and Tybalt's just kind of standoffish. But yeah, you see Craig talk. It's fine. They are friends. Good.
Do any of them look like they need healing?
Yeah, probably 4 or 5 of them are looking a little rough.
Mr. Craig, sir,
Yeah.
I could help some of your friends feel a little bit better. I could heal them a little bit if they're okay with that.
You guys will.
Yeah.
You see a couple of them kind of sheepishly, kind of like walk over. You see one's kind of holding his arm, and he kind of just holds out his arm.
Well, I'm going to make this glowy orb thing, and you just gotta walk in it, okay? Just right over there. And I cast it. Actually, I'll cast it right where you are. Don't move. I cast Healing Spirit where he is.
Okay. And you slowly watch it, like over the next course minute, like a good majority of them begin walking in towards this
Toward the light.
brilliant orb.
Toward the
They're like, ooh.
Like a little
Slowly
green guy.
begin walking towards, and you do see one individual begins kind of walking forward. you can see he currently has his hand on one of the shoulders of another. This appears to be an elderly hobgoblin. He's got graying hair that just kind of long, spills onto the shoulders, and a very, very brilliant bluish purple nose that is just kind of like against his red face. But it's a very, very stark contrast. But yeah, he's currently, and you can see that he's walking with a limp, but he appears it's more probably from age and maybe past injury or something. But yeah, you can currently see him making his way in your general direction.
Oh, that person's nose. It's pretty.
Do I have to make a roll for my
so blue.
meat
Cooking
cooking?
meat? No, you're cooking meat. You're done. Eventually, you all gather. Are you just staying by the fire cooking the food? Okay. All right. You two eventually walk over with them and.
Sir, ma'am, Mr. I don't know.
Which one are you going to?
The old person.
Okay.
Hello, my name is St. John Psychowitz, hero of heroes and hero of hobgoblins as well.
Could you talk slower?
Oh, yeah. Well, we are here looking for a temple, actually, and I know you've been through a lot, but...
Were you the ones that helped save us?
Yes, me and my disciples have come
thank
helping
you,
you.
your disciples.
Yes.
These are my disciples, so I appear to be speaking to the right person.
That's correct. I knew.
How battered up does St. John look?
I hope he looks horrible.
I'm bleeding.
Fine, never mind.
Walk to the healing
I forgot.
light.
I was just gonna actually blast him with a.
Stand in the healing light while you tuck
I'm
it.
fine. They're all getting cured.
Thank you greatly for helping us out.
It's not a problem. It's what heroes do.
You can see several of the other hobgoblins who have kind of made their way around, but they're kind of staying back away from him, like kind of giving him space, like almost kind of letting him be the lead. So you can kind of tell he has a kind of a place of reverence or leadership.
We were just in the neighborhood and looking for a temple. Actually, my friends here...
I must say we have not had many dealings with your folk. That have been pleasant exchanges.
Well,
I think most of us are different folk, aren't we?
I think
it's... it is different, and you are all of similar backgrounds, ancestries. Ours are a little bit different.
Yeah. Well, we're not like a lot of other people, and to be honest, you guys don't seem like a lot of others that we've come across of your type.
Well, let me introduce myself. I am Act 2, Flamebearer.
Of course. A chew.
Act 2,
Was that flame bear?
Flamebearer.
Okay.
I come from a long line, an order known as the Elementum Syndicatus. These are my disciples that follow me. They come from south of the Feldraco Mountains and slowly have made patronages up here to the temple. Now, why are you here?
Well, actually, one of my esteemed disciples, Mr. Tybbalds here, is better equipped to answer that question.
You called him.
My esteemed ones.
Yes, what we are doing is we are looking for the temple. We are seeking information about its whereabouts, of possibly making a pilgrimage ourselves, of understanding more about the ways of the elemental nature of fire. You see, kind of nods a little bit and says, "Well, I guess
makes sense. I've come across several other individuals making similar requests. Most of the time it is seeking treasure and for pillaging. But I must warn you that if that is your goal, it is not for my place to judge. The temple is open to anyone who wishes to go. But gaining access further than the main entry hall has never happened. So, if you wish to go, I'm happy to show you after maybe a night's rest. It is still late and we have many, well, the wounds have been healed, but
I'm really sleepy.
Well, his wounds aren't healed.
Nothing a good night's rest can't help.
Well, should we head back to our camp?
Yeah.
I believe that we have some dead that we need to bury. We've already done it. Lay Baron. Good.
So, alright, they begin leading the way back out. You get a couple awkward stares as you are currently cooking meat that potentially could have been pulled from some of them or their friends. But are you just kind of enjoying it? And
Yeah.
How does it smell?
it smells good. It's
Oh,
meat.
yeah, delicious. I'm gonna have some.
You're eating hot
Okay.
goblin?
I don't know what it is. I'm just eating the meat he's making.
Okay. All right.
Just the magic god voice didn't tell me what it was, so I'm just ready to eat it.
It only told me that it may have been.
Where did you get that meat, Fury?
Found it.
Where did you find it?
Do you not want any?
No.
Then why does it matter?
Just doesn't look like a place where you find meat, and I don't know.
That's why I'm
Is
not
there
questioning
reasons
it.
out of game why we would need to go back to their camp instead of staying here? And aren't we going forward?
Because you're exhausted.
I assume they want to go home and spend the night, and then they'll lead us in the morning.
Okay, I thought their home was completely destroyed.
And it wasn't that far of a trip.
Was it? It wasn't. I guess it was only part of it.
Speaking of
Yeah.
hobgoblins,
Okay, then we go.
Okay. So you guys make your way back. After about
one thing understand that.
half an hour of travel, it's a little bit slower with all the hobgoblins. You make your way back. You do find a stray orc that was apparently off doing something else, and quickly all the hobgoblins just charge in and kill the orc, and he's gone. Quickly demolished.
Do we,
Yeah. So you guys go back
do we cook him?
and you make camp.
I think we should still set up watches for the night.
I'm good to take the first
Is the
one.
flame bearer still around and about, or did he go to sleep?
Yeah, he's still currently kind of walking around and whatnot.
I like to try to talk to him whenever I get a chance.
Okay, let's go do it.
Okay.
Yes, hello.
Hi. So your name is Ektu?
Back to the flame bearer. Yes.
So you said you were part of the what was it called
The
again?
Elementum Syndicatus.
So are you like a druid or?
I am not, but it is. Our order once was comprised of only druids. We are but the remnants, and I have some magical capabilities, but they are far limited in comparison to the druids of old, who created these temples.
What were they? I've never heard about them before, and I'm a druid, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
Well,
Never heard of them.
I am not familiar with your kind. What are you? You seem elvish in nature, but different than any elf I've seen.
I'm an Elatrin from the Feywilds.
Oh.
So I'm
what
not
is
really.
The Feywild?
It's like this world, only a lot prettier. And everything wants to eat you more. Sort of. But there aren't the same types of creatures, really. It's just not in this world. Exactly.
I imagine it's similar to underground. Then
I don't know, I've never been underground.
it's very beautiful, but very different.
Yeah, then it's like the
There are
underground.
many things down in the earth that want to eat you too.
Yeah, so I think it's probably really similar. Yeah. Are you from underground?
Yes.
Oh, so we from like same places.
Similar places.
That's
Very
right.
different though.
Oh. How can everything be similar and very different at this? Anyway, so what were the druids like? Do you know?
I mean, greatly powerful. They were. Their order was one of the ones that was able to stop the giants and the Goliaths that roamed south and took over the lands.
I'm getting my notes. Figure out where this stuff is. This thing.
Where do you imagine you're having this conversation?
Somewhere in the middle of the camp, probably.
I just kind of want to know if I should feel like I am overhearing this all.
It's not like I just probably caught him wherever he was. So.
Outside.
So
his
yelling in the
tent.
middle of the camp.
I mean, I'm not trying to keep it a secret conversation, but I'm not yelling.
I would say you are currently seeing them have a conversation, if anything. So you would be able to, if you wanted to, meander your way over there and listen in or join in if that's something you wanted to do.
Just close enough to start to hear what they're talking about to decide if I care.
Okay.
There was something known as the temples, anyways, were set up. It was during the Goliath Wars.
Never heard of that before.
It was a great war fought long ago, and very few remember, except for by many of the elementum syndicatus, were the ones that mainly are the bearers of this knowledge. Long ago, the Goliath tribes unified under Halkar Unt. He defeated the other giants. Well, each of the Goliaths. Each of the Goliath leaders had in their possession an ancient artifact presented to them, a gift from the giants during a previous battle where the giants needed assistance from assistance from the Goliath tribes against the fearsome ancient white dragon in the north. Well, they decided to march south under Harkar und these Goliaths and tried stealing from the metallic dragons. I believe that they are still currently residing in Ventok to the south. Well, he was killed, and the relics, each of them, sealed in these temples. But obviously the relic presented, the fire would most likely be in this temple, but none have been able to access the temple. So, we do not know if it is here. But we still guard, protect, and inform those that come seeking worship. But that is what I can tell you of that, of the temples. Of the druids, they were the ones that sealed and fought away the relics.
So are the relics bad then?
No. The
Why'd they
relics,
seal them away?
if a person was able to claim all four, they become the master of the elements.
I could see that being a problem.
Yes. It's having the control of various creatures from other planes is not necessarily beneficial to creatures on one plane. So, but yes, that is what I can tell you of that.
So that is what what the artifact in that temple would do, have more control over the plane of fire?
It might have access to something, I don't know what its capabilities were, are lost in legend.
That's really interesting. Well, thank you for the story.
Happy to help.
That
Thank
was
you.
a good story.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I better go to sleep. I'm like, whew, didn't do good here.
I'm going to get some rest too. Good evening.
Night.
Alright. So he's off the bed. Anybody else do anything?
We're doing watches.
I'm taking first watch.
Okay.
You should probably get to sleep.
If we take a watch, will we still have exhaustion? Or if
No.
we take... Okay.
No. Just as long as you get a full rest.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay up.
I'll take third watch.
Okay. Who's
Try to
taking
take-
first?
First.
First. Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Natural 1.
Natural
Can I
one.
be reading my book then?
Sure. And you are intrigued in your book. There you go.
The one on weather patterns, by the way.
Yep.
Just
So we're clear.
You get
It might
encapsulated by a beautiful picture of a storm that is drawn intricately in your book.
It's back. Your son's back.
Get to bed. Get to bed.
math. Back again.
So, yeah. Watch goes by. Second watch.
Who's doing second? I don't remember.
I was doing third, so no one claims second.
Oh, the second.
Okay. Go and roll.
I can do second with you.
Okay.
Okay. Are there a lot of people up around? As everyone's
You do
sleeping right
see. Well, go ahead and make a perception check first.
now? Okay.
If you fall back to sleep.
21.
Nice.
That perception is 13.
Okay. You both easily see that there are other guards currently, hobgoblins that appear to be. You can see that they've put the gates back in, and you can see that there are several more apparently ready for combat now that may have not have been initially. But yeah, you can see that they're currently watching and have other people on guard as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I was talking to the that big blue nose
I
guy.
saw you talking to him.
He said something. Huh?
Nothing. I just imagine it looks like graffiti.
Oh. He said something really interesting about the temple we're going to. He said there's like this relic thing inside that can help. I don't know if I understood it exactly, but control some of the like element of the plane of fire stuff.
Wow.
And I thought it was interesting because I thought that's what we were going there for. For Mr. Dibble.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know if it had something to do with what he was looking for.
I mean, it definitely sounds like it could.
But it sounded like if that's what it is, those things should stay there. Because they were sealed up.
And it's been there for a very long time.
And it may not be what it is, but I don't know. Maybe something to keep in mind just in case.
I agree. In my books I bought of the Book of History of Gods or Book of History of Creation of Things, would it have
Make a history check. Because you're trying to
Like-
pour through your book, and
13?
13. It doesn't really ring a bell. Based on the idea of creation, it mentions briefly a Goliath war, but that's it. And you kind of flip through there, and you're like, doesn't really say much in
And I
here.
kind of show you like, is this kind of what he was talking
He did
about?
talk
The
about
war?
Goliath and the war. That's probably it. But yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
say anything about that in the told.
Yeah, I don't know. He said they're like in every temple and stuff. I don't know. It just sounded like it was bad.
So do you think we tell Tibbles?
No. Because if he knows about it and that's why he's here, then maybe that's not good. But if he doesn't know about it, then maybe it's better that he doesn't know about it.
So maybe we just need to sneakily ask him what he knows. Without
Yeah.
telling him what we know.
Yeah, I'm not really good at doing that though. Maybe you should do it. Or somebody
Okay.
else.
I just say it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't do it. Yeah.
I'll see if I can.
Okay.
Chat with him
All right.
at some point.
All right. Third watch. Sorry.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Crazy now.
It's
See everything.
It's beautiful,
that aren't there.
and it's as the morning kind of you see a great sunset. It's strange, even though the smell you're able to get kind of the smells away, and it's just a beautiful morning.
I just want to write another letter while I'm
Okay.
up.
Okay, not a problem.
I assume a love letter. Not
writes
that
one
Fury
to-
is actually assuming anything.
Okay. The watches go by
Just
without a
in the
hitch. You guys all wake up. Your level of exhaustion is gone if you've had one. And you are back up to full health. And
We leveled
Yeah.
up.
go.
Wow.
Morning comes and
It's coming.
Act 2 comes forward and says,
Well, would you like to be on your way?
Probably for the best.
You said you're seeking the temple, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It is about half-day journey. If you'd like to follow, we will head there, and I believe that we are going to make camp there for a while.
Okay.
On the outskirts. It's been home for nearly a year, but many of our members in our order now seem frightened of what has happened. So. we
Well,
will
no
decide
need to be
this.
scared with St. John Psychowitz and his
Are
disciples
you
around.
planning on staying here with us for the next year?
For the next day or stay until we get to the temple.
That's why we are coming. But thank you.
so you guys begin your travels. I'm not going to make you roll since you have the assistance of them. Any would-be goblins or orcs are going to stay away from a band this big that is moving and that appears to have well-armed individuals. So you guys travel for about a half day, and eventually you get to a large kind of rising hill that you begin cresting. And as you get to the top, you can see it leads into this big basin on the other side. But all the fumes and everything seem to not be able to pass over this. Everything is trapped on this side. And where you see it dip down, you can see what appears to be this beautiful stone carving. What's that place in like Indiana Jones Last Crusades where it's like carved into the side of the mountain and stuff? It's essentially that, where it's carved into the stone. The temple is, and you can see beautiful pillars that are made of swirling flames, made to look like they are swirling flames. It is much of the gold, and you can see some of the gold is still there in kind of inlay, but much of it appears to have been taken or pillaged, but you can still see remnants of it. Maybe that was too hard to get or too hard to grab. So, but yeah, that one, yeah.
Petra.
Yeah.
So, do you know anything
you.
to expect within
Never
the
seen
temple?
the
I know you said no one gets past the entry hallway, but what do legends say is in there? Dangers?
We have passed down just the same quote from our forebears. Always be ready for a fire of inspiration, for the fires that purge, for the fires of forging, and the fires of chaos.
It's a fire.
Be ready for fires.
Can I like talk to Tibbles for like while we're just kind of
Yeah, sure.
hanging out?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I got the first one.
What's what's our goal once we go in here? Like, do you know what to expect?
I've done some research on individuals that have searched and come. There is apparently the initial opening entryway. That is
That's
a
just-
book. there is something that, and all I know is that there are 10 braziers that are not lit, and there is a door on the other side. At the end of the hallway. But as soon as any of the braziers are lit, something happens. It's just not documented. But something happens, and whoever was the one that documented the information fled before anything happened. So that is why we've asked you to come. No one has made it past this room, this door, whatever it is that many adventurers and many treasure seekers come along, and it does not seem that that is the way to access this. So, I do not know what we're going to find, but once we get inside, we will be aware. But keep your guard up. Beyond that, I do not know. Like I said, if there's a way of accessing the plane of the elemental plane of fire, there are mages that could potentially easily transport me there, but there might be an opportunity for me not to ask for help because I'm trying to status.
Sure.
Asking for help from higher mages typically doesn't look good. It doesn't aid in your advancement, because if you're not able to do it yourself, then so.
That's where the disciples of Sinjin come in.
Yes. Yes, is that what you are calling yourselves? That's
No.
fantastic.
No. No.
I've heard it several times now.
From you.
Or are you kind of listening to me talking to him?
I just
I'll just give
assume
you a
that
sign.
means
Just listen to my little
anything that
notebook.
happens is on his name and not ours.
But, yes.
Well, going in blind, it is fun.
I mean, there are stories, as I mentioned before, like, Ashton has asked me before about ancient lore of things. There is lore that there are magical items or things from druids passed down that it is protecting. I'm assuming that there could be something or treasure in here. That's not what I'm after. I've got plenty of gold myself, so obviously, I mean, not opposed to taking some if there is plenty for all of us, but that is not my goal. My goal is for the pursuit of magical advancement. So, but yes.
Cave of Wonders, isn't it?
Just letting
Something.
you know. I do have a magic carpet.
So,
That's what I feel like.
you see that they all kind of get before the temple, and you can see the flame bear like produces a flame and just slowly kind of like they all kind of bow as he produces the flame, and you see him. And as he does this, he watches the flame shoots out of his hand and it blows over, and it glistens all over. And you can see much more of the dust and the gold. The gold shines through, and you can see a much more radiant temple before you in the entrance. And he says, "I have paid my homage, and we are going to find our homes in the alcoves near the temple. But just know that should anything happen while you're in there, you but need leave. And I believe that I've seen many flee, but I have seen creatures in there before that have risen. They are quickly consumed by flame again once there's no longer individuals in there that are not meant to be. So, but, yes, I bid you well, and I bid you adieu." So, he leaves, the rest of them leave, and the temple lies before you.
Well then, let's
Do you think
go.
I'll start walking in.
Philo wants to go in first?
Okay.
Philo?
Yeah.
I can
I
remember his
can
name.
look ahead if you want to, but we can just.
Or
Well,
Tybalt
we're
can
probably
just
safe
go.
walking into the main entryway.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
walking.
Lots of people have gone in there.
Okay.
We've got a big enough group.
It's fine with me.
I cast light
Hey,
on
Trin.
myself.
Yeah.
Remember last night when we were fighting?
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing pretty cool until you decided to take a nap on the ground for a little while. But putting that part aside, I think we could come up with this really cool fighting technique together. You know, I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes I have this where I slash them and they fly backwards a ways. I think if we modified it a little bit, that may give you just the opportunity to rush them at the same time and just be right there in his face to get the next attack.
That would be.
You would have to not take your naps during battle, but if you didn't take a nap, I think it would work out great.
I have no words.
Just something to think about. We'll talk about it more later.
I want to look around and just see what I see.
Okay.
Are we
And
all
if I
in
see
here?
it,
Yes, you guys are all on that end, approaching.
I'll look around too.
That's
Right.
good.
Immediately what you see is you first begin walking in. You can see at the far end, there's a few slits that allow natural light to come in. But what you just see is you can see that the floor is a beautiful tan tile that kind of tile cobblestone mix, like just kind of interwoven and stuff. And you can see immediately opposite you, there appears to be a door of solid gold that has a large flame that is inlaid, made entirely of gems. Red rubies, yellow peridot.
Peridot?
I
don't know how to
think
pronounce it.
Parrots.
Parrots.
Has a T at the end.
Yes.
I'm American.
Beautiful gems. Orange. I don't know. Is there an orange gem?
Topazish.
Yeah.
Topaz.
There probably is, but
you can
The
see.
orange gem.
You can see that it's made to look at this beautiful flame, and in front of it, you can see what appear to be several bars that intersect and cross over the entrance and the path. The bars are solid silver with a golden inlay throughout the entirety of them.
Can I go up and look for?
And all the also all the way in the entire down the sides, you can see there appear to be braziers set, or is that what you like pillars like a half tall.
citrine.
So like think about like in Harry Potter and stuff when he's walking through the third floor.
Pedestal?
Like the third floor corridor when he's running down the hall and like they
Maybe a brazier.
yeah, so it's just like this little stone brazier that's about 3 feet 4 feet tall that sits about this high, and you can
Floor torch.
but none of them are
None
lit.
of these works.
But yeah, you can see those equally spaced on either side. So, but you say you wanted to go forward.
Yeah, I kind of just want to keep walking up
Yeah.
that door
Go ahead.
and see if it
Same
looks
here.
like anyone has. Because there's a lot of pillagers here. See if anyone. It looks like I could see that someone tried to pry out any of these gems or the gold. Are there marks from like tools or anything on
Make an
them?
investigation check.
I was gonna go up to the door too,
Not very
Go ahead.
good.
mainly
8.
because my perception roll was a 4. That was the only thing I would have seen.
I was
I
gonna
wanna
come
look at
look at these, like kind of
what's
work my
going
way
on
down.
there.
Yeah, this is going great.
Yeah, Zorn and Tybalt are walk. Oh yeah, I need.
Can I
to get the-
investigate
I need the
these
minis.
things?
Yeah.
Things.
Investigate.
Ooh, natural 20
For what?
for investigation on this.
I apparently
It
have
is
no
a stone brazier.
Okay.
wisdom or
Well, I'm sure
intelligence right
15
now.
is going to reveal a lot more on this end.
It is a stone brazier.
Okay.
Cool. So
Don't worry, guys. I got an 8 on the
Thank
door.
you for that.
So,
I got a
Wasted
4 on
natural 20.
perception and then a 5 on
Is
investigation.
that?
I don't even know what I'm paying attention to anymore at this point. Like, what does that even look like? I didn't notice anything in the room. I don't notice anything on the door. I'm just.
So the braziers
tired.
they're unlit, right?
You're still reading your book.
Do we need to come? Do I need to roll for each one of these? I was looking at all of these,
No, we'll just say that you walk down each one
Okay.
you're looking at. They all appear to be the exact same.
and they're all unlit.
All lit. You see Tybalt's kind of looking at them and just says, "Now, please don't do anything until we've discussed our plans.
Just looking at it.
No, please observe it. I'm assuming we must light these.
Yep.
Maybe
I
from
do not
far
understand the mechanics of it, but based on what our friend just said out there and what stories and legends may have in store is that whenever one of these is lit, something happens. And now, I do not know what's going to happen. But I believe that we need 2 teams. So, one ready for whatever's supposed to be coming, and one that is trying to figure out this room. I personally would feel better trying to decipher and figure out what is going on.
I think Zoran should fight whatever attacks.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm here.
I'll go with Zoran.
Well, if the people
If we could
who
all
need to
self-identify, that would be
if
great.
the people who need to figure out the puzzle need to be able to light something on fire, then I should probably assist.
I agree.
We all know where you should go, Sinjin. Just come on over here.
Sinjin, you gonna fight with me?
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Also, I don't know how out of game. I don't know how to fight fire well, but bring it on.
Okay.
Sword against fire.
Enid, Ash, what is it that you would...
I mean, I can't fight fire either, so...
Ashley, no, you capable of producing fire and flame.
Yeah, it can.
Which might be beneficial if you help and assist us then. Enid, would you be willing to assist them fight?
It's gonna be on each
helping
team,
us.
so...
Where
yeah,
should we
lighting
be
fires.
for this then? Should the investigation team be together?
Again, I do not have any
Why
idea
they're
of
not
what is
smart.
going to be planning or what is going to happen.
+2, but that's
Something like this? I don't know. Somebody move people if you don't want them there.
That's fine.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I'm assuming
I have
that we
no
need to
idea.
be near the blazes. So, you see him. He goes over. Let's see.
Yep, I'm glad I have nothing against fire.
We're just gonna run out.
Although...
If it goes south.
Motion door out of here.
Can I put up Shield of Faith? Right now.
how long does it last?
8 hours. Wait,
You
1
see
hour?
him.
10 minutes.
He walks over. He walks over to this one.
8 hours, no 1 hour. 15 minutes.
The law of diminishing shield of fate.
10 minutes.
All right.
Bonus action.
Are we
Bonus
ready?
action.
He,
I'm just gonna be ready
He
for
randomly
that.
chose one. That's what I was doing. He was like, I'm going to do this one.
Itty bitty bitty bo.
Are we ready?
Sure.
I should have gotten
Really
detect
know
magic
what I'm
already.
going to.
And you watch as he releases a magical flame from his hand. And you watch
Mark
as
which ones
the
are-
flame
Oh, I can do Serum Smite. It's fine. Oh.
goes away.
So it didn't
Which one
light.
did he do?
This
He did
Oh,
that
that
one
one's
right
better.
there.
Sorry.
So that one's not number 1.
And immediately, you see appear on the ground, right here,
Number 1.
Could be.
erupting in a torrent of flame.
Probably not.
I need everybody to go and roll initiative.
You'd think number 1 would stay on.
The summoning circle, it has an initiative
no.
20.
I have
I got a 5.
So,
Oh, shit.
I haven't
Whopping 5.
I haven't rolled above a 7
4.
today. I've rolled a 1
I wasted
3.
my natural 20.
and a
12.
5.
Well, so
Now
now
it's
you're gonna have
6.
good. You're gonna have good rolls. 5.
5. Fury.
7.
Enid.
3.
Tybalt.
Or actually, it's 4, but whatever.
Might make a difference with how low we're rolling.
18.
Tybalt
to add.
and Zoran.
Zoran is 13.
I'm actually 4. I forgot to add mine.
You're 4. It's not gonna matter. You're 4.
Fury said it might matter.
You're there to.
But Fury said,
But Fury said. might be good. I'm at the bottom. You all might need healing.
Oh, is that first? Okay.
20?
So
Yeah, no one's
that's
shooting
that
20.
is that. I will say that was its turn.
It just
Coming
lit
our
up.
way.
There's nothing
It's
there.
it's lighting up, and you can see that now it's a bright orange flame that has appeared on the ground. That is. And it appears to be just kind of swirling orange energy and flame and heat. It is beginning to erupt from it. So, Tybbalt's first thing he's going to do. Okay. He quickly runs over to the next one that you're standing next to, Enid, and he goes and does that, and he goes away.
Oh
And then it's unaffected,
I think
I'm
it's-
assuming. The big guy.
So this goes
Big player.
And so
But maybe.
I'm gonna do this.
Well, I guess we can.
okay. So that was his turn. He was like, okay, I guess, Sinjin, what are you doing?
Do I see anything happening with this thing?
No,
currently?
you essentially this is that because I was saying essentially that happened on the turn right after you did that. The circle boom, erupted into life. Now it's everybody's kind of like, okay, what are we doing?
Like, how do you fight a science?
I'm going to move here
Are we doing the quick battle stuff?
and hold my attacks for if something comes out of that.
Okay, this is more of just kind of going in order of what we're
Okay.
doing. Yeah, Zoran is just like, Tibbs, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? That's all he's doing. Ashlyn, your turn.
So do I light another one on fire then?
Do whatever you want.
Okay. Is create bonfire only on the ground, or can I do it in
You
the
can do it
bowl?
You can do it right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna create bonfire in there.
Okay, so you.
Oh, I don't
Goes
think
away.
that one worked either, guys.
Okay.
Fury.
Next up, Fury.
The one in front of Tren.
Okay, the one in front of Trin. Okay.
I'm not sure if we're doing this right.
Don't know what we're doing, Trent.
Can't cast
Sacred
fire.
flame. A flame.
It is not.
Dang, I didn't think so reading it. But
What?
Sacred flame is not a flame. Unfortunately.
And
I
Sirius
can't-
Smite is not a flame, right?
So I can't
Even though
do
it's fire.
So Trin, what are you doing? Just kind of preparing you to cast the Shield of Faith.
I'll cast Shield of Faith and just be ready, I guess, if there's something that comes out of there.
Okay.
For my action.
My turn?
Yep.
Alright, I'll bring out my tombstone.
Okay. So the spiritual garden, your spiritual weapon comes out. Boom. Okay. And anything else is an action?
I don't
It's
really
like a
know if
cat
it
being
matters
tombstone.
if I move. But I kind of like move.
Here's your tombstone.
Yes. I need to get a little tombstone.
Is that where you want the tombstone? Is right next to you?
Or by the fire thing?
I'll put the tombstone, by the
Fire.
yeah.
Tombstone cat. All right.
Let's do this, Tombstone.
I'm ready. Okay. Top of the order.
Circle.
Yep. Okay. You watch as it, and you see erupting from it a Charizard. No.
Yeah.
This is the flame. This is the flame elemental.
Wait.
Charizard riding on the back of somebody.
Zip.
Zip zap zub zap.
Yeah.
Is that Crom?
No, it's the one back there. It's that card. I don't know which Pokemon it is. But anyways, a giant flame flame
The other one.
elemental erupts from
Is
it.
that Crom from Water?
So can we hit it?
And
We were
held
on
you
our
range.
didn't held your action.
I did.
Did
I
you?
did.
She said she was ready for whatever came out.
That's what I meant.
Well, you're 5 feet away from it,
Yeah, we
unfortunately,
can't
so you wouldn't be able to attack it currently. The
Can't throw a
closest
javelin?
one, the closest one to it is Zoran. So it's gonna
I would have probably just stab right the whole thing.
will fly into his space and and we'll make his
a
2
lot to
attack
remember.
attacks. That's gonna hit. Both those hit.
You're not actually
Okay.
dead.
So you watch as it begins erupting around him, and you can just see Zorn kind of engulfed in flames at the moment, as he's currently in the flame elemental. That was the flame elemental's turn. Tibbs' turn. Runs over to this one.
He's gonna be super.
Okay.
He's gonna start another one.
He goes, and you watch as it goes.
Yay! No.
Oh.
But did it seem longer? It seemed longer to me.
Yeah, but I don't know if he was doing that on purpose or not.
Just put maybe longer. Maybe. I don't know.
I feel like me and her should be writing on the board,
Okay.
but we're not close
Alrighty.
enough to do that.
So, Sinjin, your turn.
I'm gonna yell at him, flame elemental,
I don't
more
know
like
this information.
flame elemental, and cash vicious mockery. Wisdom saving throw.
That was the first thought that came in my head too.
I don't know.
It's a natural 20.
Oh, dang it.
Man.
So it doesn't do anything, unfortunately.
You can't
Nope.
burn the
Didn't
flame
do
elemental.
anything.
Yeah, it was a
And I'm
great
going
line.
to-
though.
It was good.
Just come back over here.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be on fire.
Okay.
Oh, what should I find?
Next up is Zoran. Top of the round, he takes 5 points of fire damage. Okay.
Fantastic.
Again, he's like over double our level.
No, he's not in any trouble. I just don't know how many of these we're going to fight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But again, we can always just
Cast
escape.
Tidal Wave. It's like a high-level spell.
Oh.
And I can't have it.
Great. Control water. Oh, there's no water.
I can purify food and drink. I'm unprepared though.
If I
the
plan
closest
to
I
eat
got.
him, can you purify his heart?
He
Yep.
will take a sword and he's going to hack at it twice. One's a natural 1. The second one will hit. So he does.
I have a hard time imagining someone fighting just fire. I just think of like campfire and just.
You watch as
know.
Zoran's sword gleams a little bit as it hits, and apparently hits it like a normal sword would.
Because
sword.
I can imagine that. Like a normal sword would hit fire.
As,
See?
all right,
Understand.
Ashlyn, your turn.
It's like it's hitting wood inside. You're really hacking
Just like
into
a
it.
wood that's on fire.
There you go. I'm gonna attempt Great Bonfire on this one.
Okay. You.
Dang it.
Seemed a little longer.
Seems about as long as this one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
They're increasing by 1
I'm
second
gonna use
each
face
time.
step to.
That
It's
was
a
6
bonus action,
seconds.
so I can teleport here with it.
Do it.
With my face step, I'm gonna teleport here.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Actually, I think I still have movement though.
Yeah, if you don't want to use it.
How far did I move?
So, I think you're right here. So 5, 10, 15,
So I
20,
can-
25, 30. You get right there if you want.
And then do your face step.
Oh, so get right
So you'd be
next to that
here,
one.
and then
Here,
if you
okay.
wanted your face step after that.
So I'll be here.
Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Done.
Next up is going to be Fury.
If I walk over to the one right by me and just firebolt, I want to also do a perception check.
Do you produce flame?
Not firebolt.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
So I'm doing firebolt on it, then I want to do a perception check.
Okay.
7.
7. It's not hard to hit. So
No.
you.
Oh, I assumed I
Oh.
was going to hit that.
Oh, okay.
That was for my
No.
perception check.
Okay. See, it's okay.
Oh,
See,
I thought you were
so you. Okay. So.
That was
It was
short.
quick.
For sure, that was short.
That was 1. Put it,
Like that one
Put
was
it-
quick.
I would put a 6 by the one you have written in blue. I'm not sure if it's exactly 6, but.
Around 6 seconds or so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trent.
A weird 6, but we'll leave it.
It actually looks perfect from this angle,
Oh,
to be
okay.
honest. Or a fish.
Yeah,
I can't get in the fire.
He's literally right on
He's
top.
on top of
He's in the same space as
You're
her.
So he
going to
can't
be
flank
Yeah,
if he's.
He's
Can you
engaged
flank if
with
he's
him.
in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
You go
well,
behind him, yeah.
okay, then we go hit him.
Okay. All right, make an attack.
Advantage, 'cause you're flanking. Natural 20.
Nice.
Noise.
Christmas some of those.
Christmas is back.
Love Christmas.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do next.
That's it.
If you want to do divine smite at all, you
yes,
can do
of
divine
course.
smite. Okay. What level are you casting? Oh, it's just first level, I think. So
Yeah, I
think
only
you
have
three.
first, so I
Okay.
get 3d8.
So what was that?
That was a 4.
So that's 8, but you double the dice on the...
Okay,
They
so it's
double
just,
all
so
the
it's just-
divine
that
smite
one's
ones?
just 4. As you watch the sword, it hits, but it doesn't hit very hard. But then you watch the divine radiance, so the divine radiance will be doubled. Everything will be doubled. That was not halved. That was normal. Does that make sense?
Doubled.
No.
Instead of being doubled, it was a normal roll because
He would have taken half.
It would have taken
Okay.
half. He had resistance to non-magical attacks.
To non-magical attacks?
Yes,
Even though my sword is magical.
it's not magical.
Oh, my moonbeam sword
No.
is not magical.
No, it's not considered magical for the purposes of breaking through magical resistance.
But these will be doubled.
yeah,
Your divine smite will be doubled.
So just get 2 8s.
Okay, just 2 more.
yeah. Roll those 2 more.
I don't know what's happening. Wow. Could I roll any worse?
So 10.
Okay. So 10 plus 4, right?
Because I don't get to double
And then
those
plus
two.
You
4
double
more.
these, you don't
Or-
double them.
Oh yeah, and then 4 for your strength
So
modifier.
10 plus 4. Okay, plus 4.
Okay, awesome. So 18
18.
damage. That's pretty good. Nice. That's more than what Zorn did.
Aha!
Okay.
Hmm.
Alrighty. Next up is Enid.
You went the wrong way. Can I get the tombstone there if I
Yeah.
cross over the...
This can go over
Yeah.
that. I assume it floats.
And it's
Well,
essentially get right to him.
I'm gonna whack it.
Okay.
Oh, that's sad.
Plus your 6, I believe. Your spell attack modifier.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So 10.
10 unfortunately misses.
No one's hurt yet, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You watch the summoning circle.
Oh no. Oh.
You watch these 4 little creatures erupt forth from it.
Perfect.
Look like. Let me pull
We
them
should
up.
try relighting them.
I guess.
Try relighting the one that created the... Yeah, turn it off. Yeah,
See a mind flare come out.
Yeah.
Oh
It's one of the beautiful things that lives on the ground.
You see this little tiny guy come
Oh.
forth,
Oh.
erupting
That's
from.
terrifying.
Yeah. But yeah, it will. This one looks around, runs forward. This one runs forward, hits to get Zorn. This one's going to run forward, Tybbalds. This one's going to run forward towards you. All right, and they were going to make their attacks. That's an 18 against Tybbalds. That'll hit. That is a 13 against you.
Nope.
Nope. Against Zorn, that misses. Against you, that's 19 plus 7, so that would be... Or plus 4, 23. Hit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all fairness, that's only 2 away. That's a reasonable question.
You
I
are-
know, that's why I'm
Okay.
like 21. Come
So
on.
you take 7 points of fire damage, and you are currently on fire.
And you have to roll.
I need to roll for my concentration for my shield.
Yeah.
3.
3, so boom, Shield of Faith goes away.
Perfect.
Okay.
How many? Sorry, you said 7 damage?
Yeah. Okie dokie.
I'm on fire,
That was a
guys.
summoning circle.
How tall are these guys
Yeah,
compared
pat
to me?
myself out next time.
These guys are just your height. He's the same height as you.
Finally, a worthy opponent.
Autofit says hi.
So,
Hi, pig.
Possibly in the last 30 minutes, I haven't checked.
Oh.
Sorry if we ignored you.
Dungeons
But only
just
a
be a
little
hero.
sorry.
Sinjin's being
Alrighty.
Sinjin. Sinjin's being something.
Okie dokie.
Don't really know yet.
Tybalt's
That
his
is a
turn.
true statement.
He
Is
is.
Zoran on fire? Is this guy on fire too?
No, he missed Tybalt's. Didn't he?
No, he
Yeah.
hit him. He
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
hit
yeah.
Zoran. He
Oh,
missed
yeah,
Zoran.
yeah. Yes, so Tybalt's is also on fire. He is going to
Can you slide it with
Yeah.
your body?
keep these guys away. Keep them away. And he just does magic missile on this one, and you watch as all the magic missiles go to it, and the thing explodes. I need
Oh no!
Enid and Tybalt both to make a dexterity saving throw as he explodes. Tybalt's on a natural 20. It takes half.
Oh,
Oh,
it
it's
almost
so
is a
close.
20, yeah.
So good.
You have to beat an
A
11.
dex?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you take 3 points of fire damage. Tybalt takes 3 points of fire damage as
Only 3.
the death burst from the Magman.
No. Did
You
I
have a
see
good
how big
HP.
that radius looked?
What? 40?
Yeah, it was
I have
about 10 feet.
37.
Oh, wow.
I have 33.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm
Feet?
a good age for you.
Okay.
Better than me.
So that was
What is he
Tybalt's as a bonus action.
39?
He's saying, "Does anyone notice anything that we should be doing? What are we
Dudes
doing?"
have the best age.
That's and he says, "I'll make an intelligence check." Nope. Doesn't figure it out. Okay, Sinjin, what are you doing?
I'm gonna attack this booger.
Okay.
Are ya?
I'm gonna miss that booger.
What's your roll?
8.
8. Oh, yeah, that misses.
My offhanded attack. Natural
Oh,
1.
jeez.
I'm gonna miss him twice.
Both miss.
Because you're afraid of
Unfortunately.
being on fire.
Don't worry, I'm keeping him at bay. I'm just going to go around here.
Okay. All right. Zoran is gonna attack that thing again. So 14
Very trend.
plus the stuff that'll hit.
Used to be
19,
natural
that
20
hits
on
too.
my
Okay.
perception check earlier.
Yeah.
25 points damage to him. Okay, that was his Zoran's turn. All right. Ashlyn, your turn.
Did I hear
Oh, he also takes.
Tybalt shouting about if anybody understood what we were doing?
Yeah.
No.
'Cause I don't.
Yeah, you would have heard him. Yeah.
Could I do an intelligence check and still have my regular turn, or would
Yeah.
that be right? Okay, I'm gonna do that just because I'm confused. Meh. 13.
You're still trying to figure it out. It's
Okay.
tricky.
Then
Nothing's standing out to you based on
Then
what you're doing.
I'm gonna create bonfire on the one I'm next to.
Okay. All right. So you.
A little bit shorter still.
It's like 3.5 to 4 seconds.
Yeah. So that and that were the longest ones so far.
So far,
That
yeah.
one, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna
This
just.
We weren't really paying attention to these two, how long they were.
No.
Mm-mm. So then,
Well, actually, I can't do it twice
Okay.
anyways.
Alrighty.
We haven't tried that one though.
Yeah, Fury. What are you doing?
Oh.
I would yell. They stay on for a different amount of time, but I also want to roll to see if I figure out anything more with a 20.
Was
Not-
it 20?
Not a natural.
You based on what you're starting to figure out is that it appears that each of them might have a time that your thoughts about what's potentially going on could be the same. It could be accurate. So you're on the right path.
Pretty sure there's something with the time. I'm just going to fire all the way over there.
This one?
Yeah. This
That one?
Yeah. Try to. 11.
11. So you hit. Okay, so
4.
I counted 5.
I counted 5. We'll
Okay.
say 5.
This is good.
And I would yell, also if I can, just yell out 5.
Okay.
all right.
Fred,
You guys don't need a.
6!
I'm gonna,
You're just like, what are they doing?
I'm gonna turn around and hit the one that's behind me.
Okay. Gonna make an attack.
Can you imagine? You're just battling. It's like,
No,
five.
Start of your turn, and you need to roll
Three over here.
Roll rolls of 10. You take 2 points of fire damage.
So once we get them all, now what?
What'd you roll?
1. I cast invisibility.
20, not natural.
Okay, that hits.
Where'd it go?
And I'm gonna.
Do a full divine smite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it doesn't take any.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I just do it every time.
It's 2d8. Yeah.
It's 3d8 every
No,
time.
2d8 additional damage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that
Let me
was.
roll that one.
Perfect. 14
On
plus
the
4,
little,
18.
the little one.
18. Perfect.
I need you to make a dex save.
Oh my gosh. 6.
Zorn fails his.
Me too.
So he takes another. So you take 7 points of fire damage.
Might be taking a nap soon here. Just kidding.
Sinjin
Not
said
that
no
close
napping.
yet. I'm not that close
We just
yet.
went over this
Okay. Next person up is going to
Am I
be
still on fire?
Enid.
Yeah.
until you take
I
a
didn't-
turn to
yeah.
pat
I
yourself
didn't want to
out.
pat it out yet.
This one by Sinjin's too far, right? I couldn't
How
quite.
much can you move it?
15
Isn't it
You
feet.
move it 20 feet.
20.
You can get to it if it's 20.
Oh, okay.
Because
I didn't know if it
can it also make a
counted.
5-foot ranged attack?
No.
Or-
It's just attacked within 5 feet. I think it's
Okay.
just a
Oh,
20,
okay.
20 feet of movement as a bonus action.
Okay.
Or not as a. Well, you can attack as a bonus action. You move it
Right.
20 feet.
Okay. And then attack.
Okay. Alright, make an attack roll.
16.
Valid.
I kind of imagine a toll of the dead thing. It just like touches the ground. Like, doom. And they just
11.
die.
11.
And you
Explodes.
got
Make it next.
You're welcome.
19 plus
Nice.
stuff.
Okay, yeah. So you take 3 points of fire damage as it in the death burst. All right. Top of the round.
You're welcome.
Let's see.
What can I say?
That was close. Another fire elemental erupts from the. This will be the other fire elemental erupts from this. Kind of
Oh my god.
on this side.
Figure it out,
Comes
guys.
stands in your space.
Oh, come on.
So you, it's gonna make 2 touch attacks against you.
What's a little?
He hits once. That is going
Don't
to
go
be.
down.
So you're currently on fire.
I need to pat myself out. I
That's
just
the
don't
thing I
want
wanted to do
to.
is touch.
Because it takes
someone
a-
else
It takes a whole
on.
turn. I mean, take my turn to like my action to pat it out.
Okay,
I wish it was a
you
bonus.
take 10 points of fire
Just be on
damage.
fire.
The
Yeah.
first hit.
Mm.
Okay,
How much do you have?
My max is 39,
Yeah.
so
how much have you
Already been
taken?
not too much. So
Oh, okay.
13.
Okay,
Okay.
all
That's
right.
not too bad. Alright,
Yeah, but you are
One
currently
more round, I'm dead.
you're currently set on fire.
You
Okay.
like it.
That was that turn.
I'm like
I've rolled really high. I rolled high, and then low, like high, low, high. So I haven't rolled the natural 20, so that's good. That's
That's,
not good.
that's
not
when the
good.
ancient red dragon shows up.
No, just a dragon wormling.
Oh my gosh.
Does this door stay open, they said? When we
Yeah.
came in?
We know that if we leave, we're safe.
Because they all go away.
Okay, Tybbalds. Okay, you said it was based on time. Oh, God damn it. Give me a second. Let me look.
Maybe longer than what?
we didn't know.
What,
Maybe we
did
said
someone
make
have player's
longer.
handbook?
Longer.
Perfect.
Like long.
Yeah, I think that one might have been the longest one.
That one was, I think, another 6 seconds.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
so,
really
too. Those were
close
the
to that.
longest.
Yeah.
This is the
that's
only
a
one we
6.
haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
And we don't actually know how long these were because we weren't paying
Okay.
attention.
The one right in front of me was really short.
That one was
Let's
short, but we don't know
Wait a
this one.
second.
This one set off the thing, but we don't know really how long these other ones were. So we weren't paying attention.
Someone just dispel this magic circle, please.
Sure. Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
I have to spell magic.
I have detect magic. I
I
can
have detect
detect
magic.
that there's a magic circle on the floor.
I can detect what the magic circle is thinking
Good.
and make it have a lot harder time to tell me its inner secrets.
And I can inspire it.
Ooh, command. What is that? Can I command it?
You're doing great.
Stop
guys.
spawning
Good.
demon hell spawn.
You stop
Bad
that.
circle.
You stop that right now.
You watch as Tybbalds.
Dies.
He's just like, this is not good. And the one that's right by you, you watch as he slowly begins to conjure, and you watch as 8 of these small little ice mephits go into the middle of the flame elemental, melt, and do that. This one's looking rough as all of the mephits are gone. That he just conjured.
Squirt out?
That's what happened. It's
Did
like
it squirt on me?
Yeah, make a dexterity check real quick.
19.
Yeah, you see the ice shards and you duck out of the way of those and you're like, water, yes.
So I'm not on fire?
Yeah, you're no longer on fire. And
lucky.
this one's looking pretty rough.
That's why you gotta come back to them.
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently.
But yeah, so it's still there, but it's
It's
yeah.
almost water.
that was what he did. That was his turn.
You're
He's saying, yes.
feeling singed.
Okay. Okay. Sinjin.
Singed.
Uh-huh.
Good.
I'm gonna thunder wave it
Okay.
because I don't have to touch it then.
Put it back into the circle.
So it can regenerate.
Dex save.
That'll be a 16.
He saves, he takes
I had
half.
about to say an 86.
So
That's an
10
86.
reduced it to 5.
Okay. He's still up.
But he doesn't move then.
He doesn't move, and you are. Well, when it's his
Am I
turn, you'll be
back on fire?
Yeah, you'll be
What
back
if I
on fire.
run?
If you run, you're still within the flame. Well, no, because it's not his turn.
Mm-hmm. So you
Oh no, you started your turn in it. So yeah, you're back on fire because you weren't able to get him away. So you're back on fire, but yes, you can move away. He would get an opportunity attack though.
Never mind then.
I'll just stay on
Fine.
fire. But you didn't take it at the top of your turn. You've become on fire
Yeah.
again. So, okay. Zoran's turn. He is
He's
getting
inside
upset.
of
Yeah.
this thing.
Okay.
He ran
he hits
away.
with one of his attacks. He's whittling away at this one. Okay. This one's starting to flitter a little bit. He does take damage. Zoran's starting to look a little beat up.
Well, he is on fire.
Ash, your turn.
I'm going to. You're on fire, right? Yes. I'm going to create water here so it starts raining.
How much water falls?
10 gallons.
10 gallons?
That's a lot of water.
Well, I mean, if
Yeah,
you just do like
it
a
rains
good-
10 gallons of
like
water.
a jug
in
of water, it's only
30-foot
like this
cube.
much water. You know,
Okay, so it immediately, how long
10
does it last
gallons?
for?
I mean,
like a
it'd be
milk jug, just 10 of them.
Yeah.
Not like this much area.
One
Still,
action.
like,
Yeah, just
One
one
action.
action.
It's not like you
Yeah.
poured like
Okay.
1 gallon on
So
it.
just-
Oh,
okay.
So just
So you-
rapid.
It's
So you do
enough.
that.
Should
So
be enough.
you are out of fire.
Thank you.
The fire elemental takes 10 points of damage.
Nice.
Zoran off
Nice.
fire too.
That's the specifically it says something about water.
There's
by the
also-
gallon.
Also,
Oh!
one little
Yeah.
magma man
Interesting.
over there too.
Oh.
That's in it.
Keep doing it.
Let's see. See.
It's
Fun
awesome.
because it's not a damaging spell.
That's like,
Great water damaging.
it's like super
Awesome.
helpful.
Great.
Doesn't affect him.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, he's wet.
Yeah.
He's not happy about
He's
it.
Less
soggy
happy
at
than he
least.
was a minute ago.
Okay.
Oh, we want to
Slow
grumpy,
down.
but it's raining in
Fury.
I want to call it. Do you think we just need to light them from shortest flame to longest and fire at the one that no one's fired at yet?
That one. Okay.
Thank goodness I have a +8. I still haven't rolled above a
So-
7.
3 or 4.
4. We're going with Fury's time system.
4.
Okay.
It's not 3/4, so that's 3 or
Well
4.
then. Well, at least we know it's shorter than that one. So if we
Okay.
put 4s on both of those, I feel like that one was shorter.
Yes.
Okay. So that was your turn.
So like that
Fred,
one,
what are you doing?
that one, that one. I'm gonna hit the elemental.
See, it's Lauren.
You do have advantage because he's currently flanking it.
23.
That's for 20.
23.
Okay.
During your last spell slot?
No, it's not a spell slot. Anytime.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's a
Yeah.
spell
Nine
slot every time you
sliders
use
every
that.
single time.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's not a
What's
spell,
not
but
a
it uses
spell
a spell
slot?
slot.
Channel Divinity.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay, then I can't do it.
Okay. So just reroll one of them.
Cool. Two. So 6. I think I did it twice.
Okay. Enid, your turn.
Which, did we mark the one that was really short?
That one was short. Underlined.
It's the shortest one that we remember. We weren't keeping track of some of these.
Was this one really short? Maybe.
I thought there was one on the other side that was really short.
I think it must be.
That
this
was the
one
first one I did. It was pretty short, but we weren't counting at that point.
Put, I would just put a 1 by both of those just for now. Because that's what Fury remembers.
So
That one's looking really rough. The one in
rough.
front of St. John.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bone.
You could Sacred Flame and hit with a Tombstone.
Oh yeah, your tombstone's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know I'll hit with the tombstone, but that doesn't count as I could potentially.
Did you roll concentration? Oh,
She
no,
did-
never mind. It's not
I know, I
concentration.
just
Yeah.
had the exact same
I was
thought.
like, oh, because I have.
It's like, has
options.
she been rolling? Wait.
I guess I'll roll for the tombstone.
Are we taking
6 plus
6, 12.
break at any time?
12, unfortunately, just misses. Do it? What time is
Are we
it?
taking? It's past 9.
Oh,
You need
jeez.
a break?
I want to get my drink from my
Yeah,
car.
we'll take a very short break here in just a little bit.
Okay.
Could I still do another spell attack? Or does
Yeah,
that
that's
count?
that
That's
was
a
a spell
bonus.
you cast before, so it's not a yeah.
Well, no, I'm trying to decide what
Think of it like your fade pet that you get to whack people with.
That's what it looks like.
Well, because it's not even like a concentration, so it's literally you're just conjuring this thing. That's kind of a part of
So
you,
can I do
but you hit people with it.
Toll the Dead?
Sure.
Let's have more of these come.
Wisdom saving throw?
We gotta figure out this thing, but it's not my job.
18.
No, I don't want to save.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, I had
so.
a great turn. Everyone.
You watch as 4 more of those little tiny boogers
There's 3.
erupt from there.
Everyone figure it out.
We
Yeah.
didn't kill the other one. We just
Figure it
left him hanging out.
Okay. Yeah. Sees you. This one sees you. This one sees you. It's your closest ones.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
That one misses you, Trin. That one hits you. So that's
You get
7 points of damage. Flame Elemental going after Zoran. That's a hit. Those are both hits. That's rough.
Zoran's going down.
We can't have Zorn
Plus,
go
there's the other Magma Man
He's
on him
looking
too.
rough. Oh yeah. That misses.
I'm surprised that thing hasn't gone
Ash
down.
against you. That'll be 17 to
She's
hit.
put 3
Oh, yeah.
full Divine
Okay,
Smites
you
into
take
it.
7.
I've
Okay.
been hitting that one.
So
like,
Zoran's
almost the
attacked it every
entire time.
turn. And she did the water thing on it.
Yeah, we've been hitting that one a ton.
Zoran's been attacking it every turn.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a choice.
And I've been attacking it almost every turn, except the one time
They've
I
got
hit
they've
that
got a
guy.
lot of HP.
I know.
Yeah. And if he takes half damage from everything she's doing, except for the Divine Smite,
Mhm.
and she hasn't rolled,
Ye-
unfortunately, high on the damage.
I know, I've been rolling like ones.
One against you, Sinjin. 5 that misses the Flame Elemental. First attack hits, so that's 10. Second attack hits, so that's 10.
20 points of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, once it's my turn, I'll be dead.
You have 1.
No, but the fire
If
damage.
you roll a 1, you're
The
good.
fire damage will probably kill me.
Alright. That was all their turns. Yeah.
So stressed.
There's one. Did they miss you?
No, it didn't hit me.
Hit it.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, I already
Tibbles.
subtracted.
Oh man.
Oh, you didn't miss it.
Yeah, I did. I said, yeah, it hit me.
Man. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
These aren't like fiends, right?
No. Will you hand me the player's handbook again real
So
quick?
make
Just a
sure, because I'm
question.
supposed to get extra D8 with the fiend. Or an undead.
It's just a question.
Just checking.
You do that water thing again?
I need more spell slots. I can't do anything else if I do that though.
I have no idea how to solve this puzzle at all.
I need a magical sword.
I mean, sure, they're down for different amounts of time, but this is what? 10 things, so that's 10 factorial.
This is like
We're talking of like
this is like
thousands
your
of-
character's like
I'm not intelligent.
thing.
You're just gonna have to get good.
I'm charismatic.
Isn't he very like?
I'm
Charismatic.
assuming if we leave it resets.
No.
None of our characters.
Oh, yeah, maybe
None
just
of only
leave.
wizards are.
They come
Basically,
back
I'm
and
just as charismatic as
Yeah,
Sinjin.
with a better idea of what it is.
Can't you tell?
Retreat. Well, I can persuade them to leave.
Retreat and you carry my body out of here.
Mm-hmm.
drag
I could intimidate them.
We'll call it reset and we.
That's my thought is we should
Fail.
retreat.
Put your little heel.
Hopefully the puzzle's the same each time.
I'll go stand in it for a turn.
I thought he came up with a lot of different puzzles.
I mean, in character, I don't think the puzzle will be the same each time. I mean, no, other.
You think it would stay the same?
I'm panicking. Everything's on fire.
Pretty much.
Except me. I haven't been touched.
Retreat?
But I'm in the furthest corner from the front door.
None of us are spells back.
He didn't want to have to do this because.
I can do.
Okay. He's gonna do it. He's like.
Like the one.
I'm just gonna do something powerful.
Well, you're going to need to rest after this. And he creates a water elemental.
Yes. Yes.
Right there. In that space.
So cute.
And
so cute.
that fire elemental is completely gone.
Can we
And
can we
he
get
will-
a camera on that?
Sure.
Oh, we need it much closer.
Well,
Oh, don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
It's not important.
yeah, sorry.
And
Does he get to attack too while it's
he
created?
gets to move.
Basically, he's adorable.
Oh, he has a.
There's this other guy here too.
That's initiative of 18.
So
Huh,
right
I
now,
should have thought of that.
So right now.
because he's
Okay.
18.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Okay.
what I was gonna do
There's a
at first.
magma man next
We have
to
him versus
he is.
Charizard
he
and
sees that this is
Reshiram.
probably the bigger issue, and he just brings it over here and whelms it. And
Hey, Zoran's back.
yep. Now we can see
He's
Zoran.
over there.
Yeah.
He's probably soaking wet.
Better than fire.
So you guys are not on fire anymore. As he does that,
Am I
there's
on fire?
no, you are no longer on fire. As the water elemental
Oh, is he still there?
does that.
I didn't know if it
Okay.
consumed both of them.
Sinjin, your turn.
I'm just like going from fire to water to fire to water.
It's gonna
I'm
get
just gonna attack
pneumonia.
this guy next to me and probably miss again. Oh no, that'll hit. 17 plus stuff.
Okay.
4 plus 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage.
7 damage.
So how much is
Or
that?
E.
No, he's still up.
Offhand attack also hits.
That'll hit. You do 2 points of damage. He's gone.
Yeah, I
And you
rolled
should
a
make
4
dexterity
plus.
saving
Yeah, I
throw.
figured this is probably gonna kill me. Natural.
So you take 7 points of fire damage.
Yep, I'm down.
As he explodes.
Who's sleeping now?
Yeah.
I had 6 HP. I knew it was going down once
Okay.
I killed him.
Zoran looks over and just he grabs this magnet and he's gonna try to chuck it at the other one. Use it as a weapon. That's a natural 19. So
Oh, good. So
he grabs it. Let's see. Does he get away? No. So now he's gonna use it as a weapon. Natural 17 to throw it. Let's see if the other one ducks out of the way. Nope. Yeah, so he does that and they both explode.
Oh,
So
Corinne,
the other one's not affected, but he takes. So make a dex save. He has to make a dex save. He succeeds, so he takes. But it's 2 dexterity saving throws actually. He fails the second one, so he takes 7 points, 10 points.
That was
So-
close.
I failed one, made one.
okay. So you take 13 points of damage.
I'm not dead yet.
You good thing you got your lay on hands,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Wait, how much did they deal on full? 7 on full?
7. Oh, it's a 10. Yeah.
So you have 4.
I'm not rolling for it. It's 2d6, so it was just yeah.
So it was a significant amount for.
Yeah.
For me, it was a big deal.
Yeah. Ashlyn.
Am I engaged with this one?
To be
or is
married.
it-
Yes.
It's a beautiful
Do you
song.
recommend a divorce?
He might explode.
He's so
romantic.
Okay, I'm gonna cast absorb elements on myself.
Okay.
That's a reaction.
Oh yeah, to taking a hit.
Okay, then
So
I'm
you
not
could
gonna
just
do that.
you could just do it when he explodes,
Well,
or yeah.
I lost count so badly. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. We are.
Is he not attacking me?
No, sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're going scot free.
I mean, it's
He
fine.
missed. It's 5 plus 4, so he misses.
Okay, then I'm going to. Crap. Well, I don't know what our
Plan is.
yeah.
You can, as a free action, you can yell, "What's our plan?"
Does anybody have a plan? Anything?
Fury, you're right after. If you want to respond, you can say something.
Nobody has a plan.
No
right
idea.
now.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
No
So I'm gonna cast Ice Knife on the little dude I just ran away from.
Okay. All right. Yes, the next
We have
thing.
about
do
1 in
that.
100,000 chance to solve this.
I think we need a match.
11.
Like at the same time.
11.
I'm not
11?
figuring out.
Me either.
Me neither.
But I mean,
But I'm thinking out of
So
game.
two people say that.
but we can't do that.
You can. You can say, I hold my action,
I mean,
and
But-
I can do that.
I mean,
Do you think
that
they're for
still will be
sure,
at
like,
least
the same?
8 turns.
That unfortunately misses.
Okay.
So
But he still
there's-
takes. He has to make a
Do you
dex
think for
save
sure that's the same?
because he
one?
takes half
like that one
damage,
was like
or
3
he
or
takes
4
the
maybe.
explosion.
That one's 4 or
right?
5 and that one was 3.
Yeah.
So he rolled
So
a
would that one go with the 4? Would that one go
13
with the
for
3?
his save.
No, I
This
mean
is a 6 and this is a 6. This is a 1. This is
Um,
there's probably
against my
those
save?
three
Yeah.
over.
14.
Okay, so he still takes. He'll take full damage
Yeah.
from
That's my guess. I don't know.
the explosion, or I think it's just half damage actually.
Fury up.
Wait. So wait, sorry. Okay, it's 1d10 if it hits, 2d6 explosion for the cold damage.
Okay, and they have to make a save regardless. So he made a save,
Yeah.
failed it, so it's
So
36.
he gets okay.
Draw this, or is this on the
That's
tile?
not a d6.
That's on
No,
top.
it's on the tile.
Nice.
Not what the d6 is. There we go.
Man, if you drew that, that's really good.
Yes, super.
Six.
Like I did.
6.
6.
Yeah, I painted it.
Nope. Okay. So poosh, hits him.
It might be in too late
It's
for
looking
me to get
rough.
my drink.
Fury, your turn.
It's an energy drink. So, my only suggestion is we just try lighting the 2 front ones at the same time. And I guess I'll hold a firebolt until someone maybe
Okay.
Yeah.
either we all die or someone's in position to light the other one.
Okay.
More stuff's about to come out of there.
Okay. Trin, what are you doing?
Not done.
Alright.
Hit this guy.
Is lay on hands
It's an action.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm just gonna do that first.
Okay. Pump all 20 HP into you.
Do I get 20?
Yeah.
20.
20.
5 times your level.
Okay, so you do that.
Basically better healing than clerics did.
And then
Except for life clerics.
I wish I could just accidentally, like, fall on him.
You always just want to fall on people.
Because I want to do more things than I can.
Alright.
You
So
could
that was your
become
turn.
prone.
Can I
Even.
just kick him?
No.
Just a little bit?
Alright, well, I'm gonna. And I'm going to cure wounds.
Down again.
Oh, I thought that was making 8, but it's a 3. But
5e is
7.
not built for healing.
7.
And then I'm gonna do. Move my tombstone.
Okay.
I don't know how to find sense.
Yeah.
Plus 6.
13.
13 just hits. So roll your damage. This one is just taking damage, so I'm assuming it'll probably destroy it.
Well, 1 plus 4, 5.
Yeah, that's all you needed.
Hey, no one gets damaged by it.
Okay. Alright, I rolled the summoning
Time
circle.
to die.
Hey, be happy. There's 3 other things that could come out of here that I haven't rolled yet that are not good. So,
I guess these little guys aren't that bad.
yeah, these are the easiest
Anything
ones.
worse
on
comes out,
this.
I'm running for the door.
Yeah.
I think we may want to
Okay.
group anyway.
Alrighty.
Tibble said you need to rest after this.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
But we could rest after we finish this. I don't think we're gonna
Both of those.
if we can't
miss.
finish it, yeah.
This one's gonna run towards you since you're down. This one's gonna run towards you.
We haven't really
Sees
figured
you.
it out at all.
No.
That's a natural
No.
1,
You
but a
probably
15
get
because you have
drink after your
advantage.
turn.
I think
So
it's too
that'll
late
hit you.
for that.
So that's 7
I'm
points
not
of
gonna
damage.
open up a
You're
drink this later.
That
No
one
matter what,
comes
I'm out.
after you. 7 plus 4, 11 to hit.
No.
Okay, so that misses. It's you. It's you, no, because you're 19, right? Base 19, so both those miss you. This one.
I was gonna
I'm
fight
just
the other
saying,
one.
Good thing you did that,
that's
yeah.
part of being a paladin. Is you stand and you take the damage. Misses. So, okay. Tybalds
Just think of your wizard,
sees.
and then
Here's what you say, and he says, he yells, "Are you ready, Fury?"
ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. You watch as both flames, and you watch as one of the bars.
What bar?
The bars on the door.
In the door.
Didn't notice it.
There you
There's a
go.
picture right there.
Yeah, but I rolled so poorly on everything. I
Goes
assume
away.
I would
Yeah.
just
I'm just
You watch
basically.
It's on.
Is it, and you
That
watch as,
doesn't
fire
count.
wraps around the entire length of that golden spiral that goes around it, and you watch so that seal that was guarding it, and then you watch the bar goes away, and he's like, "Yes, you've got it. Or, yes, you've got it. Sorry, wrong voice."
This is elemental to go to.
Yes. So his elemental will come over here. It is going to attempt to whelm.
Yeah.
cute.
Can it whelm the summoning circle?
I know, it's just.
No.
It's kind of like a stick of marshmallows and water.
Can it just hug?
Can Zorn like take one of the exploding people, put them on?
So he actually takes the space of those two, so both those magmen have to.
Do you think we could use the exploding people as a source of fire for the torches?
Throw them at
Okay,
it.
they
Zorn
both
just put it
fail.
on, just
You watch as the water elemental just goes and the two magmen that are in there, and you watch as they. But the fire doesn't escape the elemental form.
Nice.
And then the water elemental burps.
This one hasn't died the entire time.
He's been
It has been
resilient.
since round 1.
Yeah.
This guy's hanging in
I've
there.
been ignoring him. It's not worth my time.
All right, that was his turn. Okay, Sinjin.
Well,
Okay. Zoran.
I figured you're down.
if he attacks me once, I'm dead.
I thought you only failed once.
If
Oh.
he attacks me, I fail 2, and I'm dead.
Yep.
He is aware of that. He runs over and jams a crumb cake in your mouth.
It's jamming a crumb cake in your mouth.
So uses action.
Your favorite?
Yeah.
You heal.
Why don't you like crumb cakes?
I don't like the
You heal
person.
3 points of
Oh.
What,
damage.
Zorn?
The person sells.
As he's like, "Come on."
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why that all started.
So that was his action. Yeah.
Mine?
Okay.
Probably up on our
That's
left
his
in the
turn.
kitchen.
Bonus
Okay.
action. He
I didn't
hands
know
you
because you
a
moved it back
healing
over here.
potion.
Our
I'm
stuff
gonna
is everywhere.
go do that.
Okay. Ashlyn.
It's right above the sink.
So are we supposed to do another short one next then? That one?
I don't know if it matters the order or if it just matters the times. Like if you do both the long ones, I don't know.
Oh.
Or it might be a certain order and that.
Because if we do
Yeah,
the
it's
shorter
right
ones,
now.
it would. Well, yeah, because those don't line up.
We don't know what these three are.
And we weren't timing them back then.
I wonder if Tibbs remembers. Does Tibbs remember?
I'm gonna go stand by this 6th one
No.
if somebody thinks they want to do the other 6th one by the other door, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll hold bonfire.
So she's gonna hold there and told anyone to light this one at the same
Fury's
time.
next.
Oh, well then we probably should wait in case Fury
Fury, were you gonna fire
Yeah.
the one that she was saying to do?
Okay. I'm trying for the 2 6s.
Yep.
Okay, so if he's gonna do it, she's gonna do it.
Okay. And they stay lit. And you watch another one.
That one and this one.
Watch as this side bar over here.
Okay, now we don't really know though, because
we studied poorly.
Well,
we don't know these other 3.
Okay.
They're all
Side.
close-ish. Well, you might just have to either guess or relight them.
Okay.
So that was the
those
trend.
two. Trend. That was we were saying that was your turn.
Yes.
It's gonna do that. So
Well, I'm going.
Well, we have a 33% chance at this
More
point,
things
though.
like comes.
there are still 3 or 2 currently alive.
3.
Or 3, yeah.
So
The one right next
we
to
have
you.
a 33% chance
Yeah,
to
but
guess
hit
it
the-
correctly.
Hit this
If we
guy.
guess wrong,
Okay.
we will know the exact time of the 2 we
20,
lit.
not natural.
That's true, but if we get it right, then
Do
that's
it.
20,
Then-
not natural.
Okay, that is
Hopefully it doesn't reset it.
Gosh, I'm rolling so low. 6.
6. This one.
This one got hurt before.
Okay,
I don't know how
so-
much, but
Make a dex save.
16.
Okay, so you take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay, and then can I move?
Enid, it'll be your turn.
Can I move through the circle or no?
Yeah.
it's just ground.
Okay.
It's very warm through there, but it's not hurting you. And it's a one-way portal.
This is 25, like right here.
Okay.
Can I reach with my? Oh, it's an
She
action
actually
to feed
stood
it
in
to
the
someone,
middle
isn't
of the
it?
portal. If the guys appeared, just one after the other.
I'm just gonna stand right there for now.
Play whack-a-mole
Okay.
with
What?
them
Just
with the
fashion
with the
back in.
central feet.
Enid, your turn.
Alright, well,
Should've stood in
I'm
the
going
middle
to
of the
heal
portal.
Sunjin.
With your sentinel feet, just play whack-a-mole with them.
We have very adamant clearance.
Ah, 6 points. Man. And then I'm gonna use this. My cat.
There's a lot of
Okay,
things
you wanna
there.
roll a d20?
Whack, dead again.
I keep
Oh!
forgetting
No,
to use
you
the
already do it.
sentinel.
Just go ahead.
Just do it.
Oh,
Just
that's
do
right.
it.
I forgot they explode.
It's fine.
Good.
He's got a potion
What about
like in his
that?
hand or something.
Yeah, but now he's gonna
He
die.
won't die.
He's not gonna die. He's up.
Oh, I forgot. Oh,
That hits.
And it hits.
roll your d8.
Maybe it'll just be a 1.
An 8.
So make a dex save.
A disadvantage?
No,
Because I'm on the ground? No.
That's if you're like
17.
17. So you take 3 points of fire damage.
Hey, you didn't die.
All
I'm
right.
forgetting about the sentinel thing. 'Cause I think I haven't taken advantage of that.
I'm thinking that's blue.
well,
Those
they've
clues.
been
Because-
Still worse.
Most people-
Something worse
this-
is coming.
I rolled low
most people
enough.
run up to
You see,
you.
watch as
But I could be attacking.
nothing appears out of the
One
two
round or three.
or 1.
All right,
First time I rolled a 2 or 1.
Tybbalds.
Tybbalds, he is going to it's a bonus action. Yeah, he's like, this was the longest on this side, besides the one that we already lit. This one was a touch shorter. This one was a touch shorter as well.
5.3.
This
Yeah.
one with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that like his bonus? Can he hold?
That
this
was. I'm
thing?
gonna say that was his action. He was trying to. He was like. He was trying to remember, go through his stuff, and
That's
so-
all
4.
we needed
4.
because we have 3 of us. So
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Zorn.
Zorn. He's like
It's
Oh,
Sinjin's turn.
Sinjin.
Sinjin.
Can
Stop
I
taking a nap.
not drink the one he gave me, but drink my potion of replenishment?
You can.
All right, I'm gonna stash the other one and drink the potion of replenishment,
So at the beginning of each round, you will gain a D4,
even if I'm down.
even if you're down.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nice.
so that's my bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up and.
No, he's not in combat with you currently.
He's not.
No.
Who
Or
is he in
was
combat?
he?
Well, he attacked. He attacked.
Oh, he
Enid.
attacked you. Okay.
No, he attacked. That one attacked. Enid.
Enid. Okay. Yeah. Here. So he's
Buttons,
like
yeah.
5 feet away from you.
Cool. Then I'm going to walk over here and be like, is that all you got, you
Oh my gosh.
stupid fire head? And just vicious mockery.
Stupid fire.
He fails.
2 plus something. My wisdom modifier 2.
Wait, do you get to add that? Normally, you don't for vicious mockery.
I think it's just a D4.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
But it has disadvantage on its
It does.
attack
Yep.
the next turn.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
So
does.
taken aback.
Yeah.
Okay. Zoran, he will say, "Which one am I firing at?" And he will hold it up, and you guys tell him which one do you want him to fire at.
Middle one over there.
That one.
That's the one I can get to though.
Okay. He
Well,
You can get
or he's like, "Who wants to do that one?" He's like, "I can do this one." So whichever one.
He can do this one.
Yeah, you can do that one.
And I can get to that one.
Okay,
on
so
my
you
turn.
guys both take your turns.
you have like a 30-foot.
Or they stay
They
up,
stay down.
Yeah. So those two.
Ashlyn, Zoran, so Fury and Trin.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Okay, for the sake of brevity, so we can take a little short break, we'll say that the couple rounds go by.
And we kill
As soon
this
as
guy?
as soon as they all get lit,
They're probably
you watch as the door, all the bars rescend
How
from the
many
door.
rounds went by?
How many rounds?
'Cause
During
he's
that
healing.
time,
At
well,
least
now it'll be a
2.
full 10. Like it'll be a full 10 rounds, so it'll last for a minute.
So even if I'm fully healed, even
Yeah.
if I get 1 each time.
Yeah.
Did
I
take
feel
any damage or
fantastic.
not?
Wasn't it just 1d4 each time?
Mhm.
So
So even if I roll
So 40.
1 in 10 rounds, it's 40, and
Oh,
the HP is
yeah.
39.
that's 10.
Your low could be 10.
If you just rolled a
Oh,
1 of the
1 times 10.
d4 each time.
Sorry. Switch. Okay. So, we're going to take a quick break real quick, and then we will jump back in. But yeah, we'll see you shortly. welcome back. Are we off mute?
Yes,
Yeah,
we were
Okay,
never on.
just want to make sure. All right, so you guys all take a deep breath for a moment. You watch as the glowing orange circle slowly begins to fade away as the last band around the last bar burns away. I need everybody to make a perception check.
Let's try rolling something different.
Lord.
Maybe
14. Man.
no
14.
Oh, what is it with your dice? He's literally
5.
rolled
5,
3.
single digits.
We all need to go get more dice.
14.
We're relying on Tibbles and Zoran at this point.
Yes.
Why? None of my choices in dice have been good so far. Why is this
No.
next
Yeah, I mean,
choice
my
going to be
friend
better?
14
Okay.
is not terrible.
I don't even use my.
So you guys are all kind of just standing there, and you can slowly
I don't
watch
either.
the door appear.
Does
So
the
it
elemental
begins.
get to make a perception check?
Away.
Begins to fade away.
Oh.
Can I just rely on my passive perception, which is whatever the base passive perception is?
10.
Yeah, that's better than all my rolls.
Yeah, I'd like to use my passive perception. It's 16.
So you guys are all doing that, and as the door slowly opens, your eyes are kind of fixed on there, and you see Tibbles look back and say, "Well, we want you to walk out." Never mind, the door's shut. You look back, and the door.
I know. I was like, what? It's coming down the stairs.
The door behind.
Is that guacamole still around?
Oh, it's still upstairs.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, it is.
Well, it looks like the only path is forward. I think that went
Swimmingly.
great.
How's
Do
that?
you think it would be wise for us to take maybe just a brief moment in here? Just to rest.
Yeah, I'd like to sit down. That was stressful.
All right. So,
I'm fine. I wasn't.
We're taking a short rest.
you were doing your job solving the puzzle, so that's...
I'll
just-
keep lookout.
So, the rest of you, if you want to take a short rest, if you want to take a short rest during this period too, you can. You're just looking out, making sure. So, you roll... hit dice, cast spells, or healing spells if you need to. You see Tibbles slowly trying to look through his book and doing his arcane recovery.
So close.
Oh, I better do one more. Do we only have 2 or do we have 4? You have 1 for each level?
Yeah, one for each
Excellent.
level.
Do we get some
So wait, how long exactly are we resting?
Like an hour.
I'm pulling out my
Do you get a spell slot back? when
weather
you
book.
rest
Not
I want-
clerics.
What?
Do you get a spell slot
No,
back?
you don't.
I want to.
Warlocks do.
I want to learn about storm formations. Is what I'm looking for in this weather book.
Okay.
$12. I broke single digits
There
finally.
you go. Well, you were rolling well on your...
For
other
the,
stuff.
the well, half of them you didn't make me roll,
Yeah.
so that was good.
Yeah, you see Zorn, he's slowly bandaging up. He's looking a little bit better. He's still below half. Or no, he's still right around half. So,
Stay with us.
Did you want this potion back? I didn't actually use it.
yes. He drinks it down. Okay.
No, I don't.
Greater.
I still have one other one.
I technically still have one too.
And he went through all
I'm
this.
actually
He-
really glad I made it through that without using literally.
Okay. He's looking a little bit better with that.
Good.
Okay. Well, apparently we just made it through a door that hasn't been opened in thousands of years. Cheers to that.
Well done, team. Well done.
I hope
At
there
least
aren't
that
any
I
anyone
more.
assume
reported.
all the dangers are behind us as I walk
Oh,
through.
for sure.
Oh gosh.
Bro.
After
Well
you,
done.
Tourette's.
Yes, well, are we ready?
Yeah, are you just expecting there to be some big portal of fire in here? You guys are just
I
gonna
have
walk
no
in?
idea. This. I'm hoping that there is some semblance of something that is connected to the elemental plane of fire. I mean, obviously there is strong magic here that that has allowed for this conjuration to exist. That was conjuration magic. That was pulling in beings from that plane. That strong conjuration magic, and to be doing it repetitively. That is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for just placing the tuning fork to not just call on other creatures, but to just call on that placement of the fork to access the fire. That is well beyond what I am capable of doing, what we just witnessed. So.
Yeah, I just want to know if I learned anything from my reading my weather book.
Nothing. Yeah, you learned about the formation of tornadoes, like how tornadoes are formed. That's.
So I guess we need to go find somewhere to put his fork then.
Yep.
By going through the scary door.
It was actually a pretty door.
It was pretty, but now it looks pretty scary to me.
Is there any light coming through that door, or is it just pure darkness?
You do see a faint orange glow that appears to be just kind of emanating from the other set, but it's a set of stairs that lead up.
Should we send your little friend?
I can send my little friend if I want to. We want to send Philo to look?
Sure. Do you want to walk with us behind and hold on to somebody?
I'll hold on to Trin.
All right. I think we should keep going, and maybe you just lead the blind person who's looking through an owl.
I don't have my owl.
It's underneath there, right there. Yeah.
Yay!
Okay.
Go
ahead and make a perception check.
The moment she sends the owl up, I want to put a black mark on her face again.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and take your characters off.
And actually, I'm gonna do subtle spell on that.
Thank you for making the thing I was excited to get annoying.
It doesn't hurt at all.
I know.
You didn't even last for that.
17 for perception. Oh, and he gets advantage.
I mean, it's a nice black symbol.
17.
So, as he's flying down, he sees at the end. So, you, like that. A little depth. You can see that as he flies up. How far is he going?
I
don't remember how far he can go.
I
I mean, is there a restriction?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Do what?
Is there a restriction to how far I can send him ahead of me?
So as he So as he goes, you can already see about right here that it's another door. So what you see is about 10 feet below on either side, there's just this stone walkway. Mm-hmm. On either side, there's just these burning hot coals on either side. Mm-hmm. And they fully encompass underneath the stone walkway.
Okay, and that's the door.
There's a door on the end. It doesn't really get a good look at the door just yet. Like, he kind of flares. It looks very similar to the other door where there's this flame there. But
okay, well, I'll have him come back then.
Okay. On its way back, I needed to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 12.
12. Okay. What's the HP?
1.
And Philo. I rolled 1.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't take attacks of opportunity.
That's not what it was.
Okay.
So, as he disappears in a poof of green flash, and your vision comes back to you.
So how did it go?
Philo died.
Oh
no.
Then we should probably
so
stop.
Is there like a big scary monster in there? Or
No, I don't know. He just poofed and he was gone.
Like forever?
No, I'll give him back later.
How far did you make it in before it happened?
I don't know. I was coming back. It's just a hallway with another door, and there's like holes on either side of the walkway, I didn't see anything.
So we're safe to get to the top
I
of
don't
the
know
stairs.
if it's just
at
like
least.
really hot in there or something. I don't know. He just
got
poofed.
overheated.
Birds don't do well in heat. Yeah.
It's like a microwave and a.
I don't know.
So should we just go up there?
I don't know if that's a good idea. He just died.
You said he made it all the way there and then down his way back.
He
We should
still
be.
died.
I just don't see any other options. The door behind us is closed.
Well, there's another door, so let's figure out how to open that one.
All right, let's go, Zoran.
Okay. So Zoran.
Nothing.
Okay. So you guys all come up to the stairs.
I assume the other people are coming too. I don't know.
As soon as you get to the top of the stairs, you feel the heat in this room just kind of.
Oh, yeah, he did just get really hot and die.
And it's very warm.
Poor Philo.
So
Boy.
what are you and Zoran doing?
I'm casting
Make
a
it
spell on
rain.
Ignan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm casting Bear's Endurance on her.
Oh.
Bear's endurance.
I'm a bear.
You have advantage on Constitution checks, saving throws, and you have
You have so many tricks up your sleeve.
5 additional health points
Nice.
right now.
Ooh.
5 additional, like our max is up, or is it temporary HP?
Sorry, temporary HP.
So 5 temporary HP.
So a bow. A fun
What's the
foliage.
difference?
So five. So
Yes.
just put 5 on where it says temporary
Oh.
down there. Those go away before your actual hit points. It's like
I
shield.
gotcha.
If it's
Gotcha,
making
gotcha.
But it
Constitution,
doesn't
you have
increase your
advantage.
max.
No.
Gotcha.
You can increase your max through
Yeah.
like Hero's Feast and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Makes sense.
I always wondered. What
And then
that
I'll
was.
just look around and
I just don't do anything.
investigate the room.
Okay. So so I need to know where you're moving.
Towards the door.
Okay. Are you using your action to perceive, or are you using your action to move towards the door? Because it's about 60 feet away.
Action to perceive, so my regular movement.
Okay. All right. So Zoran's moving along with you.
25, he can probably move 30.
Is anybody else walking in the room?
I am staying right at the top of the stairs, observing them.
19
So we're going
perception.
these stairs. This is going down, or we went up
This
the
is
stairs
going
and now
up.
it's
Oh, you went upstairs.
so
and
up the
down
stairs
flat.
and now it's flat.
Mhm.
And this is fire.
Yeah, it's
Coals.
coals that are. It's just letting off heat. So you staying at the top of stairs.
If Ash is gonna go forward, I'll go forward. I'll go forward a little bit.
Okay.
I'd like to try to create water in the coals and see if it has any effect.
Okay. All right. So I need all 4 of you to go ahead and make Constitution saving throws for me.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Not natural 20.
Nice.
6.
6.
Yeah, I'm really
Okay.
crappy tonight.
You suffer 5 points of fire damage as the heat immediately kind of erupts. You cast the water spell, and as you do, you watch as the water goes down and evaporates before it even hits the bottom.
Yeah, this room's no
Do I
good,
perceive anything if I
guys.
make
So you and Zoran both are at the front. He rolled an 18 plus 2, so he rolled 20 for his perception. You
Right.
both look at the door, and you can see
He's just
Uh,
through the door already.
Come!
it is a beautiful, ornate door made of wood, and carved into the middle and inlaid with gems and gold and silver. You can see another flame-like door. At the very top of the door, you do see what appear to be 5 gems. So, yeah.
Orange, red, green, blue, and is that supposed to be yellow?
Yes. So see those.
Hey, Tybbalds! Door, maybe magic if it's really hot in here though.
Yeah, I
Did
really
anyone
wanna
write
go
down
back.
that full poem that they?
Always be ready for fire of inspiration.
How many
forging,
lines?
I got purging.
chaos. But no, I tried, but it was too fast.
Yeah, it was way too fast.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Do we remember that? Can we make a? I don't know.
I want to try to remember.
History, yeah.
Nope. Well,
18?
18.
9. I rolled a 5 again.
Fire of inspiration, fire of purging, fires of forging, fires of chaos.
You tried the
Okay,
metal
tell
one.
this one. Inspiration, purging,
I was-
forging, chaos.
How many?
There were 4. This is 5.
Not helpful.
It just didn't know if Mr. Magic Man wanted to do some check up here.
Are you moving forward? And so that was the first round. What are you guys doing on this? So,
I'm going to back up.
okay.
I'm calling back to tell them what I see. See if Mr. Magic Man thinks of anything. And then I will start moving back.
Okay. Do you make it all the way back?
I'm right there with my 25, unless I can. Does calling out count as my action, or can I?
No, you can use your action.
Okay, then I get back.
Okay.
Zoran's like, I got it.
Zoran's gonna move forward.
Okay, that's hot.
It's fine.
I'll come back and tell him, like, there's his gems. They're pretty
You
cool.
see him, he's looking at the door and just says, you guys watch, as soon as you get onto the stairs, it immediately feels tons cooler. Just like from as soon as you step off. And you can see Zoran, he's just like, you can just see, look in there and you can just see the coals turning an even brighter orange. Like it's getting hotter in here. And you can see him kind of standing there and he's still doing okay. He's still resisting whatever effect
He's
is
cooking in
currently there. So you see him in there.
We're fine.
That's exactly.
You guys do anything else?
Yes.
I mean, I'm telling Tibble to see if he wants to go look at the gems.
So true.
Yes, I would go forward.
Alright, that's 30. Is he going to full 60?
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets to the door.
Okay. So you see them both looking at the door, and you see Zorn and him are just kind of standing there. He succeeded. You see, you guys are neither of you guys are out there. I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth between myself. Eventually, well,
Call back.
Does
to
anyone
us.
have anything to keep anyone cool? No?
Fan?
A nice
Ice
fan.
pop?
I mean,
they both decide to turn and run back after this. As you guys see the fire, or like the flame has now begun to erupt into a fire underneath, and then as soon as they step off, it slowly begins to die back down.
So it doesn't look like we have too long to be in this room and figure out whatever we have to do.
I'm just
Whew,
gonna
it's
run
just getting
and run
hot.
and run and run. What'd you find out?
Oh, jeez.
Good.
You discovered the whole door.
Oh man.
You look seriously enlightened.
Yes.
Tell us more. Tell us all
Well,
of your
it's
natural
obvious.
abilities.
we don't even need to play the campaign.
He just plays against
I'm just rolling
himself.
natural 20s for myself.
Zoran,
Yes,
Tybalt, they end up taking on the final.
Yeah, right there. The DM wins.
And we stay on the
Yeah.
stairs.
One night we just set up 5 mirrors and we all just stay home.
Yeah.
I'm
I'll call in tonight.
I'm assuming that, based on what they mentioned, is that the first room, that who came through was about inspiration, or about insight and knowledge.
This one's about purging.
Oh my gosh.
Purging.
Purging was next.
My
Purging our
understanding-
clothes.
So
'cause it's so
throwing
hot.
up. What was the next
My
one?
understanding of purging
No?
is that one must face, in torture or whatever it may be, purging is getting rid of something, or facing the pain, or whatever it is.
So
That
what do
may
we
be
all
what
have
it
to
means,
cross
is
then?
that I believe that the door started to change a bit when I was down there, and right as the heat almost felt like it was too hot, the door began to began to shine differently. So maybe it's standing the heat, and whatever that may mean. Is anybody able to heal from afar?
A little bit.
You say heal or heal?
Heal.
I think I can.
Do you have a cricket friend?
I killed one in the garage the other night because it was chirping so loud.
I have a whole family living in my
How far
room.
is it?
Of
You've
crickets
made
or
them
just
all.
people?
They
The whole
showed
family
they
does.
showed up one night. I'm not brave enough to kick them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if
They
you
make
were standing
dinner.
at the door, I could just barely give you a little bit of healing if you were at the door. Or somewhere else.
Zorn,
I don't know what's
Yeah.
so funny.
I guess I could too. Well,
Yeah, I can
60
help
feet.
too.
60 feet, yeah.
all right. If you guys can do that when I start yelling for help. You send me some help. All right. So he runs down.
Just him?
Just him goes down.
That's really
He's
good.
really trusting the party here.
Okay, first round, yeah, he's already sweating. Second round, he's fine. Third round, he's struggling. Fourth round, around the fourth round, you can hear him be like, "It's getting pretty hot. Can I get something?"
No problem, my disciple. What is it?
I'll give you one.
That's my spell casting. 7.
7, okay. Fifth round, he's like that seems to help him like being managed. The door's starting to change. Sixth round, he starts. I can barely stand it, and you can see the flames are like about 5 feet up now, up on the sides.
Did you
From-
cast something or should
I did another one, 5 more.
5 more. Okay.
I'll cast Healing Spirit on that spot?
Okay. So.
She's gonna stand in
Oh,
a
you
healing
could.
spirit.
Oh, well, that's way better.
I'll just wait while Sinjin wastes his
I don't know. You were going for it.
Yeah, that's
We
what
were
happens
supposed to
when
help.
you're the leader.
That was the point.
Yeah, leader.
It was like
Third round, or the seventh round, that seems to have more colors are showing up on the door, and
cricket
third round, the eighth round, he's really struggling. He's yelling again, "Please, more!"
Is he
It's
still
more?
in the
Okay,
spirit?
more.
Healing spirit?
He is in the healing spirit. It's
Wait.
intense heat.
What
Yeah,
is
it
healing?
does-
You guys see as
D4 plus
they're
your
about
wisdom modifier.
the flames are almost
What you
up
do
to
on
where
a
the
higher
stone
level.
platform is now.
Ooh, yeah.
Sorry, 8.
8? Okay, awesome. Okay.
It's more than Day could ever heal with that spell.
He's and you just see him kind of stand there, and you can see him kind of like going like this on the door. Oh, yeah, got lucky there. Ninth round, he's barely holding on.
Does he need more?
Yeah. If you got something
I
else,
can't do it.
Yep, 6 more.
6 more. Okay. Anything
We
else?
need more.
He's yelling.
Okay. 6.
6. Okay. And with that, you watch as he's like takes off sprinting, gets back to here.
So how
Out
do
of
we
breath.
go?
And,
10 rounds.
Do we help
that's-
to do this
hold
for
on.
10 rounds?
No.
Because we're gonna need to sleep.
Because we'll definitely die.
I'm
Very
almost-
fast.
Let's see. Where's it
I think
at?
just
Where's it
someone
at?
had to endure it, so we had to help heal.
I'll hand him my potion.
You can see his skin is a bright red. Just
He should have taken off that metal
Living.
armor. It's probably burning his skin.
Right, that's what's called.
But in
It's
real
resistant,
You
life,
see him-
resistant to heat.
you see he oh gosh, I need the colors. Do you have the markers?
There, here.
Oh, perfect.
I have a pink one.
He goes like, let's see. Green. And then orange. Okay, he
Oh, for the gems from the top.
Mm-hmm. That's what he was figuring out while he was up there.
says that there was a ruby up on the very top. That there was an emerald down here that you couldn't see until the door was heated up enough. There. Yellow at the base. And blue. That's right here.
confused now.
Do you need
and put it.
to put them there?
But there were gems there, or there were holes there?
There were gems in the door, and as the fire slowly went up, I could see the yellow one appear, and then I saw the green one. I just saw them appear slowly, and finally I saw the red one appear.
Cool.
So there's gems there and gems on the top.
The gems are at the top.
So it didn't look like a space where we should need to move the gems.
No. I could maybe
Cast a spell into them?
could touch them.
Yeah.
Has anybody tried touching the gems?
Did you?
You were down
No,
there.
I know. I was just down there watching.
Okay.
So we gotta touch the gems.
I will hand him my.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, thank you.
You think we have to touch them in the order that's on the top
Oh,
Like, right.
maybe. Sure.
and
That
hold
would
them,
make
or don't
sense.
hold them?
Each of us has to touch.
Or
They said at the beginning, people, well, they didn't get this far, it doesn't matter.
you look down and he's like, the door's back to what it was before I stood down there. I was trying to touch the gems that appeared. I didn't try anything up on the upper ones.
So do we need to touch like the red
Does someone
ones
want
to- How tall is the
together?
door?
The door is about 8 feet tall.
So they appeared from the bottom up.
You guys
Yeah,
want to touch
fire.
these things?
The fire was rising.
Yellow came up first.
I sit on your shoulder.
Mhm.
You might have to stay.
Well, I'm just not tall enough, so
Right, I mean I can go.
We can
if some
heal.
tall
We can
people
go-
want to go and touch them in order, I can do a little more healing.
We
can do
could
a tiny
try just touching the
at a
first
higher level.
one and then getting back here and see if something happens.
Right, just see
Because
if
if
something happens.
nothing happens, there's no reason sitting there.
Unless
thinking
you have
about
to
it.
touch them all in order.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
We could try.
some
I'm
burly
with you. I
people
think we
that have
try it.
height should go.
I think
Reach
not
them if I
me.
tried.
you and me.
I think you guys were on the right track. It could be that we need to touch them in order. You said
Like
the fire was
yellow,
rising.
green,
Yellow,
Yes.
green,
orange, blue, red.
I think that might be.
I'll go run and give it a shot.
I can keep my healing spirit there again.
Is it still there?
Oh,
I don't know.
I mean, it
No,
lasts-
no, that was 10 turns.
I can
So it's-
check.
And I
Yeah.
have 2 potions on me too, so I'm not completely like
Okay, I can
And I
wait
can-
to cast it until
till yell.
yeah.
okay.
Okay, can I run?
Yeah. So you run out. Okay. As soon as you get to the door, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
6.
Okay. You take 3 points of fire damage.
Good thing I gave you
Okay.
advantage.
Yeah.
So you use your action. What order do you
I
take?
haven't even gotten in the room yet.
Yellow, green, orange, blue, red.
Okay. You guys watch as a blue flame erupts from underneath, engulfing you. You don't feel any pain or anything.
I'm alright.
It's a good thing you didn't touch them in any other order originally.
Mhm.
Or tried pulling any of them out because other flames would have erupted.
That would have killed us.
So, and you watch as the door catches fire and slowly burns away, and the coals go dark.
I
It
think
wasn't
it's,
so bad.
it's all clear.
That's pretty great for me.
Yeah.
we may want to rest for
And
one
you
of
guys-
our
so
sake.
The door
Yeah.
opens.
Ooh.
Nice. Look how clever you are.
All right. Okay. What time is it currently?
10:05.
10:05. Okay.
So
Right,
should
so
can
you
we
guys
regress?
make your way into the next
We
room.
need
Yeah.
to?
Can we? Well, Zorn.
Zorn's almost dead.
Do we know that?
He is looking fatigued. He looks a little bit red and stuff, but he's like around half health.
He looks like he would be served with butter.
Lobster. It's good.
I was like, what?
It's like because he's on
No.
a roll.
None of you have had lobster.
Oh,
Yes.
Never mind.
I'd love to go to like a Red Lobster or something. Yeah, that would be.
Ooh, cheesy biscuits.
I just thought you meant because he was on a
So
roll.
one time I went to Red Lobster and just bought a piece of cheesecake, but I was just joking with the guy. He was like, "Oh, you had the 10 biscuits." I was like, "No, but you can just give me some." Gave me 6 free biscuits. When someone paid for 10 of them, it's like, I should just come here every day and just ask for them.
Or the cheesecake ask for the biscuits.
All right.
That's a
So-
cool meal.
Yeah.
The next room you walk into. A circular room.
Tell me something about forging, guys.
I'm going to forge a circle.
Hey, I'm good with the woodworker's kit.
Oh, good.
Can you?
Yes, that is going to help.
How long does that bear's thing last?
An hour concentration. I haven't been hurt since then, so.
Good. Well, I've still
Can you guys put yourselves all over here?
I've still only managed to use subtle spell to put a. Never mind.
That's all you've done?
That's all I've done this whole
other
time
than
so far.
cantrips. but
Gosh.
I don't know where anybody is, but we're there.
Also, has it been no, I don't think it's been an hour since I cast it. It's still on your face.
Oh no, I don't know how to forge things.
It
This
does-
looks like a forged though. Well, I don't know what the pit's for.
It's a
Oh.
bin.
Okay.
Bin.
You gotta heat it and then you gotta
It's
cool
not
it
that
and then you
fancy.
put it in the
It's
bin.
just a bin.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. What
You
the?
guys walk in.
Oh no, no,
I
no.
think these are statues.
No. Those come to life. Or dead.
We probably just need to make them weapons.
Yeah.
So they can kill us with them.
What was after
Or
forge?
make them blood weapons.
Chaos.
Maybe it's
Oh,
like
I
he
like
said.
it.
It's like in
Yeah,
Indiana
well,
Jones.
that one might
Maybe it's
actually
just
kill
some
us.
guy in there has been waiting hundreds of years.
You guys come in and you can see beautiful statues.
Trust them.
That in this large forge, and it's a large domed room. It goes up about 15 feet, and you can see that at the very back there appears to be a large flue that goes up into the rock. This is a carved room. So you guys essentially went into the mountain, and so now you've been in this temple essentially. But yeah, you can see in front of you. You can see there's a large basin of water. There appears to be a mold of some sort to its left, and you can see a large furnace with the flue above it, and also a bellows.
Guys, we could have skipped half this part and just come in through that vent
Next time.
next time.
Straight into the furnace.
Well, I would figure that out.
So you guys see what you do see is you see. Sorry, let me get back to my notes.
Can you not do your owl till tomorrow?
Ah.
I
sorry
haven't
about
checked,
your
but I
owl.
think I have to. Oh no, it's fine. It's going to die.
Will not be the last time.
No.
You see
That's kind of the purpose of it.
you see statues of different colors, of different makes, of different metals and different designs. There appear to be 4 on each side, 4 similar ones.
Four similar.
On each side, they're
statues.
similar to each
Four,
other.
4 similar statues, yeah, facing the opposite side.
So like you have them here, like these
Yeah.
are the same. those
Like
are
I have
the
them
same.
there. Those
Yeah.
and they're the ones that they're facing are the same color.
Are they holding different weapons, each one? For each set?
Each one is a different figure. It is a different shape, different
Weapon?
forged
weapon.
weapon.
Yeah, they all have different weapons.
I want to look in the bin.
Okay, so you walk forward and you look inside the bin. It appears to be just a
Falls in.
it's strange. There appears to just to be like slats, like separators. Like if you think of like the different folders, like essentially like if you opened up a drawer, it's just dividers. And that's what it looks like. So there's a bunch of dividers.
I want to stick my hand in the water.
Okay, put your hand in the water. No, I'm kidding.
Take 5d5.
Nope.
Acid, damn it.
Kind of want to tell Zoran, you may want to wash your burns with the water. It might help a bit.
That's a good idea. He goes over. Just on that.
And he's taking a bath.
I'm a better healer as Fury than Day.
Does this
Oh,
room
Do
make
any of you have any
sense to
experience
anyone?
forging weapons?
I mean,
Do I have experience
history
forging
check.
weapons?
I definitely
Then can I do a
not.
check on
You
that?
do not have.
Okay.
I just
I
Blacksmith.
assume none of us are blacksmiths.
I just want to know how
I
much
don't know if-
I would
Maybe I will
possibly have read.
In my back.
I got a 17 for a history check on
For what?
just forging in general.
From
Not
book
much.
reading.
You know it exists.
Not much.
Cool.
I take it. It probably involves heating metal, putting it in water.
What if we just push one
Is
of the
there an
statues into
anvil
it
in
and see
here?
what happens?
Do what?
Is there an anvil in here?
No.
So wait, what is in the right one again?
Empty bin.
Slots.
Yeah,
Oh, slots? Like weapon slots?
Are the weapons removable from the statues?
Which statue you go to?
This one.
That one. You go up to it. That is a. Wait a second.
I still don't understand what
That is a
the
beautiful
right side.
gold statue.
slots.
It
like-
appears to be an elven male that is holding a spear. What you see in front of you, and it's
Does the spear come out?
Are there 8 dividers in the bin?
no. There's 4.
So what does
Okay.
dividers mean?
So,
There's space for 4 things in there.
so it's like we need to put like
We need to make 4 weapons and put them in there.
yeah.
We need to make a spear.
Oh, and then whatever
axe,
all these
so
have.
is my guess. But I want to look around the rest of the room for any raw materials.
Okay, show me what you're doing with your characters. Tell me if you're doing anything. So
Somebody's gonna jump
I'm
out and
gonna
get you.
search around and look for
make an
raw
investigation
materials.
check.
Nope.
No, you're not seeing anything other
Oh,
than the statues and the.
I want
and
to
the
try
furnace and stuff.
looking in the furnace area itself.
Okay.
Can I?
Ooh, hey, that was better
But
than
I still have
7.
no pluses unless I'm trying to intimidate this thing.
15.
15.
You're not seeing any tools or any residual materials or anything.
But
like
does
that
the
in
furnace feel intimidated?
there. It does.
No
it
big
kind
deal.
of gives you a little bit of an angry, like.
Farted at you.
That's what I thought.
Can I investigate around the room
Sure.
as well?
Make an investigation check.
16. Yeah, 16.
You're not seeing anything but the statues, the furnace, the.
Can I look at this
Mold.
one specifically?
Yeah.
What weapon does it have?
You see that this is a large brass statue. It is a hobgoblin
Brass.
wielding a sword.
How tall are these statues?
The statues are
Giant or regular height for the
no,
species?
they're normal height. Yeah.
I think next I want to see if I can move the statue, the top left one of the right side for me.
This one?
Yeah, that's
What material was the
That
elf?
one?
Gold.
Gold.
just kind of, I would guess, would start to see if it just budges at all.
It's a bronze statue of a human with a wielding a. These are technically wielding the same thing. Just it's wielding a staff. So, but yeah, it's
Doesn't
budge, doesn't move.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
And what about the last one?
Which one?
The only one we haven't looked at yet. What is it?
Okay, that one is a silver orc. It is holding a large axe.
Alright, so we've got gold, bronze, silver, and brass.
Right.
Okay.
So brass hobgoblin with the sword, gold elf with a spear, bronze human with a staff,
Does this
I
one
mean,
move?
Try pushing
silver.
on it, nothing happens.
so wait, that was bronze, the one that I tried,
Maybe start with
or
gold.
does that
It was bronze.
Let's start with the gold one. Did you already? No, you tried the elf.
bronze
with the
and
spear.
gold are the two edges? Goes bronze, brass, silver, gold.
And what?
I mean, brass is a combination of bronze and tin.
Okay, I don't know these things. Okay.
I've been watching a lot of science videos lately.
What do you
What's
got?
silver combination?
Silver,
Okay.
It's a pure metal.
but
So none of them move. Like we tried to take
Rare.
the weapons, nothing moves.
You've tried it on 3.
I'll try on the fourth one. It hasn't been done. This one.
Okay. So you go to that one. As soon as you touch it, whack!
Oh, that scared me
I'm
actually.
sorry. Okay. It full on hits ya. Yeah.
Full on hits you.
I hit
With
it
the
back.
axe?
The silver one with the axe. Yep.
Silver with an axe. The orc hits me.
Like, we need to kill this thing now, or it just went back to not moving?
No, it's begun moving.
Just.
Got
Oh
it.
God.
I can't take its weapon.
Okay, let's wade it into the furnace.
I was definitely going to try to blow it into the furnace.
Let's do that.
That
Haven't had this long enough.
to we'll just go with it at 20 and just keep this initiative. I don't know.
Alright,
Then,
so
yeah, just-
I'm making an
Wait,
attack.
do we have...
Oh, but I'm
we're
way down
keeping
there.
that?
Do you want new initiative, Nick, or no?
Yeah, new initiatives.
Oh, it's better for me. 17. Not better for you.
Watch we all
To hit
get like
you,
higher, but we're
19
still
to
in
hit
exact
Laura.
Yeah.
same order.
19 to hit you.
Just.
Okay.
13.
Match hits, right?
Yeah. And a natural 19. So
Oh, shit.
Same.
10.
so you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as it just
10?
it has an axe in its hand, but it's just punching you. Like it's that's all it's doing. It's not trying to swing the axe at you. It's just
Tybalt and Zorn.
10 for Zoran, 22 for Tybbalds.
Are we doing one of the statues? 20 or
Natural 20, so that'll be 23.
Wonder if I need to try to take
Turn it down a little bit.
No.
No, sorry.
I mean, no, I don't know. I just said I wonder if I need to try to take it out.
We just throw them in the fire furnace.
Just pick them up and throw them in. I have no
Uh-huh.
idea.
Just pick up
It's
the
not
giant
heavy.
statue and
It's
throw
just
it.
a strong
Pick up this
statue.
bronze or whatever when I'm
Well,
by.
it's Tybalt's turn. I don't know what he wants to do.
He will.
The one by me by is silver. So I'm with this guy right here.
Gold flight.
Yeah.
Fires out several of those missiles. Do it at the second level, so shoot out 4.
I don't know.
That will be this one on each of those. So what is that? That's 14 points of damage to him. Okay. See, it hits the armor. Okay. Who's up? Oh, did they not get to go?
I assume that first punch he did.
Oh no, that was the surprise. That's an 18, so another 5 points of damage to you. Well, 18.
Is that
plus
the
stuff.
only one that's moving currently?
Yeah.
Should we touch this other one and piss it off too?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Double or Trin.
I want to blast this thing in the furnace.
Can I try to take the weapon?
Sure. Go and make a strength check.
18.
That's a natural 20. It appears to be welded to it's part of the statue itself.
So could that be my bonus action?
That's your action. So you grab onto it and you try pulling it away, but it appears to be attached solidly to this figure.
Good.
It doesn't appear to be holding it. It's
Can
part
I?
of the statue.
Creature. Okay, well. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to stay there then.
Sure.
Can I drink a potion as a bonus action?
Yeah.
I'm going to spin around.
He's doing ballet.
Stop. Just kind of glance at Trin and be like, cover your ears. And thunder wave on him towards the furnace.
Okay.
So I'll be in melee because I'm avoiding Trin.
Avoiding hitting Trin. Okay.
That'll also hit the other one. I don't know if that matters.
It doesn't seem. It seems secured.
So that is going to be con save, right? Or dexterity save?
Dex.
17.
That saves.
Okay.
So 4 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't move it.
No.
And just remember,
Sinjin,
It attacks
your turn.
me. You can hit it.
Yes, sentinel.
Half of me thought I was going to push it away, and you just hit it. It stopped. It's like,
That's what I. Yeah,
ugh.
which would be bad.
I think it would have been hilarious.
You've been like.
Vicious mockery at wisdom save.
This is why I don't trust.
A wisdom save for it.
Because turns to
It's
worse.
the psychic damage.
Actually, Laura just doesn't know how to play afterwards.
So
Like
you
2 years.
taunt the mindless thing.
Yep.
Okay,
Good job.
Ashlyn.
About as good as my turn went.
Yeah.
You know, if it.
Is only one currently moving?
Yep.
Over there?
So I'm guessing this is a construct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it just an object before?
Okay.
Oh, the difference.
That's fine.
The difference is it would automatically be pushed away by Thunderwave versus having to make a save.
That's why I said this one. I don't know if this one will fly.
But I tried pushing that one before I didn't budge.
Ouch.
That's good enough for Fury.
Someone else talking.
$10 to make Ashlyn have no arms for the rest of the game. If you could donate money in any way possible,
No.
I would totally have her not use her arms for the rest of the campaign.
No, you won't.
Who is that?
I have no idea. But that doesn't matter. They're trying to give us money.
No.
I am so ready to sell out.
need your
Fine, get rid of your arms then.
But
Trin needs arms, so not happening for Trin.
Frostbite on the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems fine.
What is it?
Constitution saving throw.
That is a 12.
He fails.
It fails.
its ears get a little
He
red around
takes
the
a
edges.
D6 of cold damage.
Oh man.
Yeah. Prepare to need a sweater.
With an added vicious mockery.
Where's my D6?
Here.
There's out right here.
That doesn't count.
Found it.
Bye.
Nice.
Yeah, only her
Okay, in my head I was
Yeah,
thinking
my
it was
dice
a
are just.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
All
It
right.
has
Next up is Zoran.
I don't.
He's
I don't
gonna run up.
roll.
Oh yeah,
We need
because
to
he's
make a
over the
dice
water.
one.
Sure, yeah, he jumps over the bolts and
He
everything.
can flank if he wants.
Attacks it twice.
I can't fit too much more dice in my bag. That's just annoying.
First
I'll throw them out.
attack.
I have a thing where if I have too much of something, I just.
Okay, hits with the second one. So,
And these are my rejects ones. I already switched them out.
okay.
They
Okay.
weren't doing
And with
good.
that. Okay.
What's
You
that
did.
other thing right there? Is that Zoran?
This
Yeah.
is going to be a longer puzzle. We may want to pause it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a good spot, but
Yeah,
it's
this
almost 10:30.
Okay. That's
Take
fine.
a picture.
Yep.
We can both take a picture, Nick.
Okay.
Truth angles.
All right. We will pause there for the evening. Thank you for anybody that watched. I think Ash is going to keep her arms.
Yeah, for now. No.
Until we actually start receiving
So-
donations.
No.
But yeah, thank you for watching,
Keeping my arms
and
regardless.
we will pick this up next week, either Wednesday or Friday. We'll figure it out. So,
See ya.
So, yeah.